what up? It's Wickmate 912. I got him on video. This is Ears to the Streets.
Yo, what's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? Man, we got an update for y'all. Y'all know since court is over, all the information is public now. So, if y'all got time tonight, I know everybody about to go to bed. I don't know what time zone you're on. So if you're on the West Coast, it's probably not as late as where I'm at. So if you're on the East Coast, it's already kind of late. I just woke up from a nap, so y'all know what time it is, man. I ain't got to work tomorrow, so shit, let's get into a live. So for the people who wanted to hear what the jury heard when Kelsey gave that testimony, remember she came up on the stand and she claimed that she lied about everything she had said before. We all remember this correctly. So when she claimed that she lied about what happened before, they were saying, hey, didn't you give a statement saying this, and that, the third? And she was saying, but I was lying about all that. And they said, well, why was you lying? Because she said she felt pressured by the prosecutors to say what. Now, anybody can take that how they want to. You know, even the prosecutors act like they did. So when they were asking her questions about what she said, and she telling them she was lying about that stuff like that, and then she said that she was pressured by the prosecutors. They had ain't that the reason why they decided to play the 80-minute testimony that she gave. Now keep this in mind because I don't think they was able to do this in court and tell the jury this. But this was only 3 months before the trial. This was not a testimony that was 2 years ago when the incident first happened. This testimony was in December of 2022, not when the incident happened. I need y'all to find. That is very important. But see, when you in court, there's certain little slick little stuff that you can do to, you know, cover up that type of stuff. Because that would make a person in the jury ask a question like, hold on, you remember all these details 3 months ago, but when you get up and stand, all of a sudden everything's blurry. And then there's a lot of things. Some of it I haven't listened to all of it, so a lot of this listening for the first time with you guys. But I guarantee there's a lot of things in here that's going to be left out that the actual witness saw. So we're going to go off of the testimony of 3, but not the testimony of the so all this thing. And he gave his testimony as soon as it happened. Now, and the thing I want y'all to take note of, she is giving a testimony in front of only the prosecutors. There is no police here, there's no investigator. Only people she is talking to right now, it's the same 2 prosecutors that was in court. The same 2 prosecutors that all of a sudden got the witness to say something different. So I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not saying anything. Pointing out the facts. I'm just pointing out the facts. Keep this in mind. So I don't want people thinking, well, this is the night where everything happened. So she was, you know, everything was fresh. Nope, that's not the case. That's what they want to try to make it sound like everything was fresh on them. But this was 3 months before the trial, and this is what they played in court. Without further ado, y'all make sure y'all hit that like. Let's listen to it. Salute, Crystal Williams. Salute, G Mac. What's good, Marty Smith? Yeah, man. Okay, you got my alert ASAP. I kind of did this live at the last minute, y'all. So don't think that you didn't get my alert and everything. I literally just said it about 10 minutes ago. I probably need to stop doing that. I need to be doing like everybody else and set my shit 2 days ahead. But I just found out that this is just being released, y'all. This is literally just being released right now. Y'all know I keep this to the street, and I'm trying to bring it to y'all, to my audience. So you're probably gonna see it flooded through the YouTube streets. You're up right now. You're hearing it from here. If you're not already hearing it from this other brother that's playing. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into it, y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all up too much. I know it's late. All right, fair use, fair use. I'm gonna kind of speed it up just a little bit.
Okay, it's September 14th, 2022. It's 11:30 in the morning. This is Deputy District Attorney Alexander Bott. I'm here with Deputy District Attorney Top, Investigator Jody Little. We're here to interview witness Kelsey Harris in case BA 49599. Ms. Harris is accompanied by her Mr. Darren Insert.
Darren is
And
D-A-R-I-E-N, last name S-M-I-T-H.
also have two individuals appearing by speakerphone. Any folks just state your name for the recording? Great, thank you so much.
I want to spell their names now.
You're listening to Street TV.
Quite clear. I can get the same person. Okay, thank you. All right.
So we're here to talk about the events that occurred back in July of 2020, July 12th, 2020. And can I call you Kelsey?
Yes.
Kelsey, why don't we just start with, how did you come to know Megan P?
We met in college. We attended Prairie View University together, and that's where we established our relationship.
So how long had you known her at the time of the incident in July of 2020? How many years do you think?
I would say roughly around 6 to 7 years.
And how would this trigger your relationship? Were you friends? Were you associates?
Yes, we were friends. And of course, you know, as she grew into her career as an artist, I came along as a assistant or team player, best friend.
How long did you work with her?
From 20, I don't know the exact years, but maybe late 2018 or early 2020 the incident.
And what were you and Megan doing out in Los Angeles on July 12, 2020?
I actually had returned back to Los Angeles. I had from Houston after coming over the coronavirus. She had told me to come back. We were shooting a music video to WAP with Cardi B that week, so that is why we were back in LA.
Okay, and
I want to make a correction. We went back to LA after we were staying in New York for a little while filming. Once the pandemic broke out, we were supposed to travel overseas. Overseas got closed down, so we ended up relocating to LA.
Now, when you say relocating, was the plan that you were going to be staying in LA for a period of time?
Correct.
Okay. And what was the plan as far as how you were going to get back?
Until the pandemic was, you know, everybody was back free to continue on with their, you know, lives.
Were you guys in separate?
We were together.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And as far as this particular night, was there any event or anything going on?
There was no event, so we actually got invited by Kylie Jenner to come over to her home to hang out. It was a party invitation, so we made plans to do that, and yeah, so we just went and attended Kylie's invitation.
And then going to Tory Lanez, how long did you know him for this whole thing?
We had met earlier 2020.
And when you say we, I guess I should probably, when you say we, are you referring to both of you and Meg met him around the same time?
Correct.
Okay.
Early 2020, we attended a brunch, a Rock Nation brunch. We all met.
Okay. And then what would you say was the relationship with Tory, between you, Meg, and Tory, up until that night?
Told y'all about that.
Everything was okay. There was no issues.
You're listening to
relationship
TV.
between me and Tory, you know, you flirt. This is somebody that Megan wanted me to, you know, I guess have involvement with. I ended up catching the virus.
Listen
Went back
for
to
the
Houston.
duo
Her niece
twist.
was up with her apartment. Got her apartment situated with the virus, and I stayed stayed there. And I guess between that time, Megan and Tori, what the relationship was, but they were with each other often, and that was that.
And then you came back out and met back up with them in California.
Correct.
How long did you say you were back out in California before this night in July?
Less than a week, if less than a week.
You staying with Meg at the time?
That's correct.
Okay. And then did you guys got an invitation from Kylie?
We didn't get the invitation that night. We received the invitation at the music video, which I believe that was maybe 2 days prior to July 12th, or maybe a day prior to. And so, yeah.
So did you go to Kylie's house with Meg?
Correct. She asked me to come with her.
Who else besides you and Meg went to Kylie's house?
In our party, it was me, Megan, and her stylist.
Okay. And do you remember about what time you got there?
I was around 6, 7 p.m. I believe that's the time we finally got.
And so once you got there, what was everyone doing?
So once we got there, it was, I want to say, maybe 6 Kylie already had present. Megan volunteered to cook nachos, and so she actually began to cook nachos, and we were all outside just interacting, and then we began to play beer pong.
Oh, right.
There's a pool.
Okay. So you guys were all, Kylie had maybe about 6 or so people there already at the house?
Correct.
Do you know who any of those people were?
Yes. Well, I didn't know them until that night.
Oh, I see. Okay. Were any of them Tori, though?
No.
Okay. Who were the other 6 people, if you remember?
So her best friends, I believe one, his name was Phi. The other, I don't remember his name. It was hers, Kris Jenner's husband or boyfriend, Odell Beckham, and Odell Beckham's friend. Actually, 9 people, and then a guy by the name of, what's his name? Their sons to a celebrity was 2, so 9 people.
Okay. So everyone's hanging out. Sounds like everyone's having fun. People were drinking.
Yes.
Okay. And then what goes on as the night carries on?
So we were playing beer pong, having a great time. She had a basketball court out there also. Played basketball. Megan was cooking. She was out, and she was just like, "Oh, y'all having fun without me? Well, come join us," And so she joined us. We were all enjoying ourselves. Of course, we ended up in the pool having fun, enjoying ourselves from there. Everybody's still having fun, drinking, consuming alcohol. That's kind of when the night just began to, I guess, go.
Okay. And when you say go left, what do you mean?
So it was a point in time where I lost consciousness due to the alcohol consumption.
Do you know, because you're losing consciousness, but do you remember about what time it was?
We weren't following with the time, honestly. Following up with the time, we were having.
Did you get a sense of how long you'd probably at least been there before you started, maybe kind of losing out on?
I would say about maybe 10, 11, somewhere around there. That's not, I don't know what it is. So by the time I came to my senses, Tori's in here. Me, Megan, Tori, EJ, the stylist, and of course.
You have
listening to
a sense
Street TV.
of about what time it was when you came to?
No, again, I wasn't following up with the time.
But you were like awake and lucid went up?
When Tori, I wasn't there. I didn't know when Tori showed up. I can't tell you what time Tori showed up. To my knowledge, a few people on FaceTime and asked him to come over.
When you kind of came to, though, you saw him there. How were you feeling there?
I was okay.
Okay.
Okay. So now we're still in the pool. I'm actually Kylie, Tori, and Megan. They're in an area. I'm actually the hot tub at this point. I believe that was a hot tub. I can't remember if that was a hot tub or just a smaller pool she has. EJ's sitting. She has a cabana style setup. He's sitting over there on his phone. So we're all just kind of just minding our business. You can hear at the end of the pool, it's laughing uncontrollably. And it was normal. I never heard her. Let's say you can kind of tell something was wrong. Tori did call for my name. I acted like I didn't hear it. And Megan was like, no, come back. I heard that, but it was going between Megan and Kylie. And EJ said, Kelsey, it's time to go. Let's go. It's getting late. The alcohol consumption, it's time to go. So I said, okay, I told Megan, hey, let's go. And she didn't want to leave. So I was was going to go pack our suitcases because Kylie had, when we got there, Kylie led us to a room where we can change and hang out and sleep. So I went upstairs, packed our cases. They were already packed. EJ had packed them. So I put my, it's like a pajama set on. It's in a bottom. So I put my set on. I came back down, loaded EJ's vehicle, I loaded his vehicle with our suitcases, and
Which EJ said that he did that.
So EJ stayed outside. I sat inside of Tori's security.
Do you know that guy's name?
Quan.
Okay. Security. Was he also basically Tori's driver too?
Tori's security, kind of just playing all the roles, right?
Did you know him before this date, Quan?
I honestly had never met Quan.
Okay, that was the first time.
That was my first time meeting Quan.
Did you know, was he like local to LA, or did he travel with Tori? Do you know?
I know he didn't travel with Tori because, like I said, that was my first time meeting him. I don't know when Quan came in, how long they've been acquainted. He was just there for that night. I can't tell you.
So he had a separate car.
Tori had a separate car.
And that's the car you got into?
That's the car I got into. I sat in the front seat, Quan sat in his driver's seat. And I was actually on FaceTime with my sister, and we were talking. And, just kind of one of those things like, girl, I can't believe we're here. We used to watch this growing up.
Yeah.
We were talking regular talk. And then so EJ says, Kelsey, tell Megan it's time to go. Her wig is coming off of her head. So at that point, it's like, okay, no, we have to go because her appearance isn't, it's not holding up for it.
Yeah.
So I went inside and I said, Megan, let's go. She didn't even know her wig was coming off. And I said, your wig. So that made her come on and get up out the pool. So Tori stayed in with Kylie. So we come outside. This time, we're making our plans to leave. I guess at some point she tells EJ, no, Tori's taking us home. So they transferred the luggage from EJ's car to Tori's car. And so once they did that, Megan jumped in the front seat. Now Quan's driving, and I'm in the back seat behind Megan.
He drives off in his car, right?
Not just yet. So I want to be clear and make sure I'm not losing my. Okay, so Megan, she tells Quan to get Tori it's time to go. So Quan goes in to grab Tori. Tori comes out and he's like, no, take them home. His demeanor was he didn't want to get in the car. Why? I don't know.
Tori didn't want to get in the
Tori
car.
didn't want to get in the car.
Did he seem upset at all?
It wasn't that he was upset. I think he wasn't upset. He did not want to get in the car. He didn't want to get in the car with us. Like I said, at that point, I'm not aware of why. So anyways, we leave. So Tori stays at the house with Kylie. It's me, Quan, and Megan. So we leave. EJ follows out behind us. He goes home. There's no reason to follow us. He's going home. So as we're leaving, Megan is still doing this laugh. I'm kind of just in the backseat, just I don't know, just in the backseat. And then I guess she realizes that she had left a slipper, a Louis Vuitton slide that she wears. And so she demanded Quan to take us back to Kylie's. So we pull up to Kylie's house and everybody's kind of confused. Her security guards are outside, probably 6 security guards.
Talking about Kylie's security guard.
Correct. And he calls to see if it's okay to let us in. So once they let us in, Megan vehicle, I stay in the vehicle. Quan follows behind Megan, so it's just me at this point.
Oh, Quan actually gets out of the car with Megan.
Right.
Okay.
So they're inside. It's for a little moment. Then immediately they rush out. Everybody rushes out. Tori,
everybody? Okay.
Tori, Quan, Megan comes out, but she stays on her porch, on her door entry. So Megan jumps back in the front seat. Tori gets, now he's behind Quan, behind the driver. I'm still behind the front passenger. And Megan says, sorry, I gotta cuss, but she says, bitch, Kylie, get out of here. And I was like, what? Why? And so Quan was like, they were in their
You're
argument.
listening to Street TV.
I guess Tori and Megan. And so what they were arguing about, I don't know. So it was kind of, okay. And now we're leaving.
And so Megan's in the front, Quan's driving, you're in the back seat behind Megan, and Tori's behind Quan.
Correct.
Okay.
So we're leaving, we're driving, because Megan is laughing still. It's like an uncontrollable laugh. And just out of curiosity, I want to know what's funny. So I'm like, what's funny? What's going on? And Tori does in, and he's like, yeah, Megan, why don't you tell your best friend what's so funny? Why don't you tell her how fake you are? And so I'm confused, and so I said, what? What are you talking about? And Megan's like, Kelsey, don't listen to him. He's just trying to make you mad. And so I'm like, what are you talking about? And, next thing you know, the arguing, began. Tori and Megan. They're arguing, they're taking jabs at each other. He's calling her out her name. He's calling her, I've never heard him this, so.
The stuff he was saying?
I can't honestly recall, verbatim. He was definitely calling her, bitches and hoes. And, so I stepped in and I said, you're not going to talk to my friend like that, I don't care what you're on, but you're not going to talk to her like that in front of me. So he got offended, and now me and him are arguing. And we're taking, honestly, I can say things that are hurtful too. So he was saying mean things, so I was saying mean things back to him. And
do you remember any of the exchange?
I'm about to get to what I do remember. He began to say he just started I'm from Canada, basically claiming that they're gangsters or something. I don't know. I'm from Canada, my nigga, and I'm like, okay, Johnson, and so now we're just going back and forth. It's I'm going back and forth with him, he's going back and forth with Megan, and he said, my nigga, I'll shoot. And so he said that to me. So he reached, he was going to grab something. He reached towards the middle console, but he never pulled anything out.
Now, can you describe the middle console on the car?
Mm-hmm.
Is there's some type of flat cover or wood? Correct. And then when he reached towards it, his hand moving? Yeah,
it was just a motion that he reached. He never opened it or, so it was just a motion. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, shoot me. If you shoot me, I guess it's my time to go. Shoot me. Just know I have people who, in my support, and he's just talking mess still, me and him. So then Megan, we're on Sunset Boulevard at this time. Megan demands, sorry, that's mine.
You're ring.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Megan demands for Quan to pull the vehicle over. So we pull over, and we're actually by a bus stop. Megan jumps out the vehicle, Tori follows behind her, Quan stays in, I stay in. Because it's just we're in the middle of a road, we're just arguing. This is, So Tori and Megan, they sit at the bus stop. They have, I don't know what conversation they had, if any, but when they got back in the vehicle, it was calm. Tori then began to...
When they got back in the vehicle, do you remember where everyone was?
Yes, sorry. Megan got back in the front seat. Tori got back in behind Quan, so behind the driver's seat. So it was calm. Everybody was calm. Tori began to apologize to me. He was just like, I'm a real ass nigga, and I had to tell you. What? Right, and so I'm like, but he's saying it loud, and so Megan can hear this. So that kind of started her back up. So now they're arguing back.
Sound like the same way he was apologizing on the jailhouse phone.
At this point, they're arguing about each other's artistry as a career as an artist. She's telling him you're only this and that because you're on a remix with Jack Harlow, and he's telling her things about her career as an artist, which I can't remember what he was telling her, but they started hitting each other with their careers in art. So now we're at the final, the next stop occurs, and this time Tori demands Quan let us out. He's like, let these hoes out, let these bitches, this is my car. And so we're like, okay, we'll get out. So he pulled the car over, and everything here transpires. Megan jumps out of her seat, which is the front seat. I open up my door, which I'm behind Megan. And you're getting out of a vehicle, you're not really just looking at any direction, you're just kind of getting out the vehicle. Especially, we didn't expect anything to happen next. We're just getting out the vehicle. I get out of my side, and no sooner do you know you're hearing gunshot.
Now, I got something here. Everything sounds, it sounds kind of, I'm not going to say rehearsed. I'm going to just say that it doesn't look for what the witness actually said. The witness said he saw female get out the back and start fighting, and that the women were fighting relentlessly. Now, this is the part where I kind of, before I started going live, my question is, why is the fight getting left out? Why is the fight being left out? That's my question here. I'm not saying she lying, but I'm saying, why is the fight getting left out? Let's continue.
I look up, it was 5 gunshots. I look up maybe at the second and third gunshot. That's when I
You're
looked
listening.
up.
Street
And
TV.
you see Tori. I guess he must have jumped over. It was very smooth. We didn't hear it. I didn't hear it. And he's leaning over.
And sorry. Look, hold on 1 second, y'all. My fault. I missed the exit out of the page. But the only questions I have is, one, why is the fight being left out? Two, ma'am, you did say in court that you did not see Sawyer with the gun, but now you kind of see him actually do the shooting. And it kind of lines exactly with what Meg was actually saying. And we have to remember that this was being played 3 months before actual court. This wasn't directly after the shooting. So I mean, I'm just a person that asks questions. That's all I'm saying. You know, we can get in our emotions and say, oh, he shot her or whatever, but there's no reason to lie if it's clear and cut like that. That's my point. If it's clear and cut, there's no reason to lie. That's all I'm saying. The witness did not say this. The way that she got shot, the witness did not see. And the way that they're lining this, it's kind of hard to believe them because of so many stories that they told. I would rather believe somebody that was just, the third eye, just, looking from the outside looking in. That's all I'm saying. Hold up, y'all. I got to get back to the spot where we was at. Hold up, y'all. It kicked me out. Hold on 1 second, y'all. They kicked me out of the screen. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I'm coming. What's going on?
The door's open and he's leaning over, like the door.
Which door? Your
Right,
door?
the front, right. So where Megan was sitting.
Oh, whose door's open? In the
My
front
door's
side.
my door's open in the back.
We're not victimizing Meg, Glampler and Jules, but I think the one thing that's been missed here is when you are in a court trial, all we want is the truth. That's it. That's all. There's a lot of things that get told that are not true, and we all can agree to that. Okay, yes, she did get injured, but there is a story that the witness said that another woman had a gun and let off a shot. Only thing that's been asked here is, okay, is there a possibility that that other shot could have caused damage to anybody else? And if it's unfair to ask that very, very fair question, if there's somebody else in question and they have motivation to not be truthful because they don't want to go to jail also, because like I've said before, they have just as much evidence to charge both of them. Because if this woman is coming up here lying, because what they're doing is they're leaving out the story of them fighting. They're leaving out the story of them fighting. You have to ask yourself, why would you leave out a story of you fighting? That's because to anybody with two eyes, that would seem like a motivation for violence. So if we're gonna just, it's hard to don't just pick sides because of the gender. We're just seeking the truth. And if you see two people that just obviously not being honest, it just raises those questions. And this is nothing for us normal people to be offended about. Don't put man against woman, all that stuff like that. Let's just put truth against lies. Not saying that it couldn't have possibly happened. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a 50-50 situation. I definitely want to hold the man accountable if he did do that. But the evidence, we have to let the evidence tell the story, because for some reason, I don't know the reason, some people do not want to be honest. And the people that are should be the victim should be the most honest person in this whole thing. And we're not witnessing that right now. I got love for you, Glampler and Jules. So this is not me against you. This is not man against woman. But what we're saying is, if this woman had a motivation that they got into it, and the witness say he saw this woman with a gun, and he saw a shot go off, can we not at least ask the question, could your shot could have had something to do with what was going on? Could it possibly have something to do with what's going on? It has a possibility. Like, why would we ignore that? That's all I'm saying. He's responsible for it. Yes, he is, because the court held him responsible for it. But what we're not doing is holding this woman responsible for what she possibly could have done, which is bring a gun. You're guilty of pulling out a gun because a witness saw you pull out a gun. Same witness that say they saw him shooting a gun. We have to take both of them into consideration. That is not fair. That not one person can say that it's fair to say one person had a gun, they let off shots, but we seen the other person let off a gun. Pull out a gun, let off a shot, and we're gonna totally ignore that. That's just not right on no standpoint. But I want to hear the evidence. Let's listen to it.
The front door is open to where Megan got out. The front right passenger.
Both doors on the passenger
Are open, correct. So
Right, I ain't protecting nobody who shot me or my friend. Because y'all remember Tori called her from the jail, and she helped them get out of jail.
So again, as I said,
Why would
he
you
must
help
have
somebody
jumped
get
I don't know
get
how he
somebody
did it
out of
because it
jail
was
that
very
just
small.
shot
I
your
mean,
friend?
very smooth. And he was leaning over the front passenger door, and she was shooting the gun.
Where were you standing at this point?
At this point, I'm standing kind of like my body's still like to the side behind the door, the rear passenger door. So I would say like my left side was the rear passenger, and my right side was.
Now we have to address this story that doesn't line up, because I played the interview where Meg went on Gayle King, and Gayle King asked her. She said, "Okay, how did he shoot you?" She said from his back seat, he reached up over the door and shot. She's telling the story that he jumped up to the front seat over where he's shifted over to the front and shot. And remember, the prosecutor, he claims that Meg walked to the back of the car. She says she walked to the front of the car. All these inconsistencies make you have to ask questions. I don't want to have to ask questions. I promise you I don't. I would want to just say, hey, this happened. It's clear and cut. But if they're going to do all of this, jumping around and stuff and tell inconsistencies just because you want to leave out the point of y'all having a fight, who told them to leave out the fight part? That's all I'm asking. Who told y'all to leave out the fight part?
This is the door, and
Are you still partially in at this point?
no, I'm out of the vehicle. I'm just not around my door yet.
Yeah.
Where's Megan?
So I was about to speak on Megan. So she was walking when this happened, but by the third, fourth shot, and by the facing towards, and I've described it like a deep.
Oh, sorry about that. She said Meg's interview with Gayle was not under oath, but it still hurts her credibility. That's all I'm saying. It didn't have to be under oath. Like that's kind of a cop out. That's saying, oh, you can lie, but just don't lie when people are looking. The only thing that she ended up telling under oath that she tell on Gayle King at the first time was that she wasn't sleeping with Tori. But she didn't have to lie and say where she got out of the car at and where he shot from. So yeah, it wasn't under oath, but she went voluntarily to tell the story. And the story she told was the man shot her from the back seat of the car. They're both skipping over the fight that a witness saw. That's very important. We gotta address that. We gotta address that, Glamplin. You know I love you, Glamplin and Jules. Don't take this offensive. But we have to address. I would love for you to come up here. We have to address, why are they leaving out the fight? And why are they switching around the seating order? But let's listen to some more though. Let's listen to some more.
I'm I'm short. I'm 4'10". The vehicle is kind of a little raised up higher than me, so I can't really see. I can only see from her chest up. I can see. But angling the gun is kind of like, it wasn't like straight. It was like, down.
It was down in her direction?
Definitely in her direction. In her direction. So, point.
Oh, she was saying it was definitely in that direction, and she kind of was about to say in the air. We all hearing it for ourselves. She's saying in the air, but then she said it was definitely in her direction. The witness said it was in the air. Tory went on a smear campaign to sabotage Meg instead of eating humble pie and being more apologetic for his reckless action, which is why he's facing a long sentence. Hey, that's an opinion. Because it seemed like both of them was on a smear campaign on each other. Let's just be honest. Let's be 100% honest. They both went on a smear campaign on each other. Because Tory was just saying, hey, I didn't do it. I wasn't even the one with the gun. That's what he said. I don't feel like that's a smear campaign, but that's kind of implicating that you didn't do it in somebody's line. So but she literally came out and said, Tory shot me. He was in the back seat. He stood up and he just said, dance, bitch, dance, as soon as I got out of the car because I told him his music wasn't shit. And that's not the way that the witness saw it. Like I say, these two women, they have a reason to collab with each other. That witness doesn't have a reason to just make up stuff. Well, it seemed like he ended up having a reason to because his statement just went all over the place. But we only want to take his statement in when they say he saw Tory with a gun. His statement is no good when he says he saw a woman with the gun first. So it kind of, because that would screw up the case. Now you can still say Tory might have shot the gun. You can still say he shot Meg. But why are the details being left out of what the witness said? We can still say he did it. There's nothing wrong with saying that the man did it, but to try to not acknowledge, what the witness said of another person having a gun and another person letting off a shot. That's what makes people wonder. That's what second guesses everything. I'm sorry, man. He did not admit that he shot her. Yeah, we're gonna listen to that too, as far as the jailhouse audio. I don't want you to think I'm being biased. I just want to listen to the evidence. He did say he apologized, but he never said exactly for what. Them Canadian motherfuckers apologize for everything. But I did listen to that audio, and I'll be 100% honest. If I had to guess what he was apologizing for, if I just had to guess, I would say, yeah, it sounded like he apologizing for doing something to her. Probably shooting her because, that's what happened. So we agree there, Glampling Jews. Like that him saying he's sorry for, what happened and all that. It sounds like he's apologizing for the incident, but he didn't actually admit it. And if you're a juror, you have to look at stuff like is there any kind of reasonable doubt? Like, to me, it don't have to be like overwhelmingly reasonable doubt, but only reason there's reasonable doubt because there's a possibility that somebody else could have also, had a gun. Could have also had a shot. That's what I'm saying. There's a possibility that somebody also, if there was no other person that could have did it, everything was lining up. They both told their story as witnesses, and they wasn't leaving out things. I'll be all on board. I will be all on board. But the only thing makes me wonder is when people start leaving out very important details that could possibly incriminate them too, especially when you plead, when you get immunity. No, shooting somebody is never right. It's never right. But you definitely want to get the right person because it's never right to, just only make one side suffer and not the other. I believe Tory and Kelsey should be charged. Now, they should be charged with the same thing. But she needs to at least be charged with possession of a firearm and discharging a firearm. She doesn't have to be charged with hurting Meg. but she definitely had a firearm and discharged it according to the witness. According to the witness, she definitely discharged the firearm. She did something that was illegal. That's why she would not talk without immunity, because she did not want to incriminate herself. So it's something she did that night was incriminating. We can all agree to that.
We kind of were in shock.
Did you hear him say anything as he was shooting?
He did not say anything. There was no words at that point, you know.
What was Quan detail?
I think everybody was in shock.
Okay, so he
wasn't
part
even
of it.
right here at this point right here. He wasn't part of this. What I'm about to get into next, I can't tell you guys where Tory pulled the gun from. Like I said, the motion when he first threatened the console, but I don't know if that's where the gun was.
But you had said he referenced like shooting y'all earlier while you're in the car, right?
He threatened to shoot me.
As if he had a gun control somewhere.
Correct.
Okay.
And so after the shots rang, it was like I said, 5 shots. I froze. And by the time I get, you know, I either crawled or walked or limped over to the driveway. She's in a driveway on the side of. She's in a driveway. Tory sits down.
In the front passenger seat.
In the front passenger seat.
Okay.
He's sitting. I guess just kind of shocked also. So I run over to her. I immediately ran to her. You know, she's the forefront of my thoughts. My job as a friend in general is just like naturally to protect my friends, protect. So now I'm in defense mode on behalf of Megan. I ran to her. She's on the floor. I never looked at her feet. I never really just got to look at her. I just know when I ran to her and she grabbed me, she had blood. Said she had got shot because no official bleeding. That's what I think. So
now I have to remind y'all again. We're skipping over the fight. See, that's why this story sounds so strange, because she is intentionally pulling the fight out of the story. Was she coached? We have to ask that question. Are you intentionally pulling this fight out of the story? And Glamplin Jules, you my dog. You know I love you. But I want you to tell me, why do you think that they're pulling this fight out of the story? And do you think that they fought? I guess that's the first question. Do you think that they actually had a fight? And if they did have a fight, if you feel like they had a fight, why is the fight being pulled out of the story? That I think that's a very fair question. We just having a dialogue, and Glamplin Jules, you know I got love for you. I don't want you to be mad at me. But I'll drop the link though if you want to come and talk to me or whatever. It's just important questions that we have to ask.
around the vehicle, it's dark, lights are flat. It's almost like a scary scene. So defense mode. I see him coming around the vehicle, and in my head, I'm over here.
He's coming around the vehicle if he still has the gun.
I don't believe he had the gun. So like I said, I just thought he was coming over to attack us. So I stepped where he was coming to where Megan was, and at that point, that's when the assault between me and him happened. He assaulted me, and Quan then he just comes, picks me up like a little doll.
Now let's remind ourselves, in court, she said, "Where did y'all get that story from?" When they said, "Did Tory assault you before he came to Meg?" And she was like, "Where did y'all get that story from?" And she denied that story. Just the same way they denied the fight. But now this man, you're saying that the man assaulted you. You're talking to prosecutors, and they're not prosecuting him for assaulting her. Now, let people tell their opinion on knowledge power. We don't want to attack nobody for their opinion. I mean, this is a case that was, it's all over the place. So, some people are going to feel like it was done. Some people are going to, we're not going to all agree, but we can all agree on the evidence, but we're not going to all agree on on the results. So we don't want to attack nobody, call them stupid or call them out of their name just because they have a difference of opinion. So let's try not to do that.
And he's like, they do this all the time. And I said, huh? She's bleeding. I don't know if y'all know she's shot. By that time, he's already like that. So it goes on in that driveway.
Who comes towards Megan? Is that Quan or Tori?
So initially, that's where I stepped in, and we had an altercation. He physically assaulted me, and then Quan came and separated him from me.
What exactly did he do when he was assaulting you?
I mean, everything. My adrenaline was so high. Hitting me with a closed fist or slapping. It was a physical altercation.
Were you wearing a necessary?
I was, and I'm gonna go to that part too. Now Tori's in the drive. Like I said, he's big. He just picked me up and said.
And we also have to remind ourselves that this interview right here is not given within the first, couple of days of when this incident happened. It's not given within the year of this incident happened. This testimony right here was given 3 months ago, September 2022. And the only people that are there right now are the two prosecutors, the same prosecutors that was in court telling the story. They're listening to this story, but they still told the story differently in court. So we have to keep these things in mind. That's all I'm saying. Like, we got to take our emotions out of it of, a man did this to a woman, but we definitely have to take into account the actual evidence. That's why this ruffles feathers. Because some of the stuff, we just want to know the truth, and we keep getting all this runaround.
They do this all the time, Kelsey. And I know, she's bleeding. She's been shot, to my knowledge. And so I'm still in defense mode. I'm in, I gotta protect her. So I look up and I see the vehicle is in the middle of the road and it's on. The door is open. My initial reaction is to cause a distraction of the vehicle, and I threw it in jerk. And it worked.
What does that mean?
I just jerked it, made it move.
Okay.
Move just to get him away. In my head, I'm thinking he's over here.
Yeah.
Gonna just attack.
So you got in the drag car and moved.
Yeah, I made it jerk. Move. It didn't even drive or anything. I just made it jerk.
Okay.
And so when I did that, it did exactly what it to do, get Tori away from Megan. And so he I don't know how he got to the vehicle. I don't know if he ran or walked, but he got to me really quick. That's when he was pulling me by my hair really hard. And again, I wasn't afraid for my life when the incident was going on with Megan. I was in defense mode. But then I became afraid for my life when he started pulling my hair and my neck because it was really hard. That's when the necklace.
When you said he pulled on your neck, what do you mean?
He was almost I didn't lose my breath, so I wouldn't say choking, but he was pulling my neck and my hair. And then so here comes Quan again. And Quan kind of.
I would think that would be an assault. If that really happened, if I was her, I would be wanting an assault charge, and that's almost kidnapping. Also, false imprisonment. If you force someone to move somewhere or move out of the position that they're in, that's called false imprisonment. And that's an assault on her. They're listening to an assault on a woman, but why are they not pursuing the assault?
He's in between us, but Tori has a good grip. So it's kind of like tug of war at this point with my head and body, and I'm scared. And I kind of dumb myself down just to get him to let me go. And I said, Tori, what are we doing? What are we doing? And he released. He let go. And so now Megan is standing. We're all standing at the front driver door.
See how Megan got to the front driver door?
I can't tell. No, she just hopped, walk. I can't tell you, but she was there. She was standing at the front driver door, and Quan. They're just get in the car. We didn't have a pushback about getting in the car because we're in the middle of nowhere. We don't know what to do. We didn't even think about 911 at this moment.
Like, her story is so clear. Her story is so clear that it's too clear. It's like you're missing what the witness said he saw also. Like I say, the witness said that y'all were fighting so hard that the guys had to get out of the car and violently break y'all up. So for you to say that, oh, they just like, hey, get in the car, you know what I'm saying, without physically having to pull y'all apart. The witness also said that all three of y'all went and he said that y'all went and beat her up. I don't think y'all actually went and beat her up. I think that y'all went and picked her up or whatever and put her in the car. This is what the witness said. Why is this getting left out? She's saying that, you know, Meg just got up and walked in the car. They all just went and got back in the car. Yeah, the witness also said he saw her shoot first. But, you know, like I say, she's leaving out the fight. She's leaving out anything that would have made her touch the gun.
Moment or anything, it's all a blur.
Now, did you have on long nails that night?
I did. My nails broken off.
That was
With the altercation with Tori, correct. So now we get a vehicle. Quan gets back in the driver's side. Tori gets in the Megan's seat.
So her nails were broken off only from the altercation with Tori. Now, if Tori grabbed her by her hair and her throat, and I'm not disputing her claim, but if he grabbed her by her head and her throat, I don't see that as breaking off your nail and stuff. But I mean, now it makes more sense that you were fighting with somebody that your nail and your necklace got taken off. But she was quick to say that was from the altercation with Tori. There's no altercation with her and Meg, though. That's when you have to start scratching your head.
He's in the front passenger. Megan, where I was sitting, which is now behind Tori, and now I'm behind Quan.
How is Megan looking at this point? Crying? Is she upset? Is she scared? Anything?
Megan I was screaming. I was tripping. I was having a panic attack. Honestly, was very calm. And that's what made me think that they had a conversation in the driveway where she, I don't know, that's my assumption, but she wasn't in distraught. I was with her out, you know, and sorry.
It's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, I can get tissue, so you know. Okay?
Yeah.
Fast forward a little bit, y'all, because I think we took a break.
Like I said, Kelsey, do you need a break anything at the moment? Or if we get through this one?
No, I just want to get through it.
Okay.
So you said Megan, like calm. You were let's take it from there.
So she's like, Kelsey, call Ferris, which is manager, person that's with her. And sorry, I want to make sure I didn't lose the train of thought. So we're driving. We were home, which was like at the top of the hill.
You're listening
I
to
guess
Street
he
TV.
took another road off.
Well, the reason is for, you know, the reason she didn't say all this in court, and it's the reason that, you know, they push into the media is because she was paid off. But that's a way to dismiss, you know, a lot of things, because it could have been she was lying at first and then she decided not to go through with what was going on, because for some reason her and Meg are not friends no more. But even if they weren't friends, why wouldn't she want justice for her friend? Should women not be mad at her for not wanting justice for her friend? Because we got all this energy for Tori, but it's like if she's trying to cover it up, shouldn't they have the same energy for her for for supporting violence on a woman? I mean, are we only supposed to be upset with the man, but we're seeing her sit there and lie in court and nothing happens to her? Nothing happens. Like, come on, we can't let's be fair here. We can say Tori did it. That's cool. I'll go with that. But can we honestly say that there's not some corruption going on here? Yeah, I'm not paying no rent off for a year for a friend that's gonna sit there and support somebody that shot me. Hell no. I don't care if I promise you somewhere to stay or not. I'm not paying off your rent. And that would be more, I mean, nobody wants to say anything about that when they say Tori paid her off, but hell, she said out of her own mouth that Meg paid her rent up for a year. That sounds more like a payoff than, he's saying, yeah, I'm gonna give you $1 million. I mean, but that is one person word against another one. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say.
Off to where we ended up back on I guess Sunset Boulevard. Driving, he didn't really we didn't really have a destination, but
yeah, I'm 50-50 too, KB. I think a lot of people think that I'm saying that, oh, Tori is innocent, 100% innocent. No, I'm not saying that. I think that there's a 60-40 chance that he did it. Actually, I think that there's a 60-40 chance that he did it. But that 40% chance, I'm not going to ignore that she possibly had something to do, that she could have played a role in this. They were paid before the shots were fired. Well, I'm just going off of what Kelsey said in court. She said that Meg paid that off. Because remember, before the shots were fired, she was supposed to be just moving with Meg out there to LA. It wasn't until Meg went back to New York, and Kelsey in court said she didn't have anywhere to go for a month. She had to rent hotel rooms. And that's when Meg, a couple of months down the line, offered to pay her rent up for a year. She need to be charged for perjury. We agree there, Grandpa and Jules. She does need to be charged for perjury. I also think she needs to be charged for possession of a firearm. Because remember, they found DNA of a woman on those guns. We don't know what women were on that gun, but we know that they said that they found a woman's DNA on that gun. And she had gunpowder on her. If this story happened the way that she's telling right now, Grandpa and Jules, just hear me out. If this story is happening like she said right here, at no point in time was she close enough to Tori for her to get gunpowder residue on her. Can we agree to that? And not one time in this interview that they say, how do you think you got gunpowder on you? When was the closest that you was to Tori? Because this whole narrative that, gunpowder just floats up in the air and it just gets on anybody that's in a certain range, that in that case it would have been on the driver too, because he probably was just as close to Tori as she was. And like we said, we got to discuss the seating arrangement and how they say that the shooting happened and how the witness say he saw Tori shooting, but the witness ain't say the same way he saw Tori shooting. It's the same way that they're describing that he shot. We have to be the ones to ask the questions, because we let these people tell us. They just tell us stuff like we don't have no sense at all. So we keep leaving out the fact that they're leaving out the fight. We're leaving out the fact that there was gunpowder on her also. Yeah, she definitely should be charged with perjury, but I think she should be charged with possession of a gun and discharge of a gun. I ain't gonna say she should be charged with shooting Meg, because her shot might have not hit Meg. But it's the same way with Tori. he might have did start shooting, but his shot might have not have been the shot that hurt Meg, because from the witness, he said he saw him shooting in the air. But he saw her shoot into the vehicle. Now, if Meg was close enough to that vehicle, if, like we said, these are not like direct shots. When we say he shot her in the feet, a lot of people just go to assuming, oh, he shot her directly in the feet. No, these are ricocheted fragments. So these could have bounced off the concrete, and that fragment could have bounced across the ground somewhere and hit her like that, which we never seen the fragments, but let's just say it happened. That could have happened just off of the first shot also. It didn't have to only happen off of the shots that he took. So two things can be true. Tory could have had a gun and shot, but at the same time, like the witness said, we would have never heard that a woman had a gun and that a woman shot a shot until the witness said that. Because they would have never admitted that they were fighting until the witness said that. They would have never admitted that Kelsey had a gun until the witness said that. The witness didn't have nothing in this fight. Yeah, Tory didn't take the stand, but it like the way we know about court, you're never gonna tell the person that's defending themselves to take the stand. That because he would have took the stand, the prosecutors would have just went into stuff like, "Oh, did you put your hands on August Garcia?" And they would have went around circles just to try to make the man look violent. It wouldn't have did him no good. You'll never see somebody in court and get on the stand themselves. That's the biggest mistake in the world. So it doesn't automatically assume guilty. And yes, we know Kelsey did lie on the stand, but we got to ask ourselves: is she lying in this interview? Is she lying in this interview because she's leaving out the fight? So obviously there is a lie in this interview, and I'm hoping that they play. I'm gonna look for the interview of the eyewitness too, because if we hear his original interview, that tells a different story. So we're gonna hear his interview. His interview is gonna pop up in a minute too, so we'll be able to go over that also. So it's just questions that we have to ask ourselves. Why are you leaving out the fight, man? Why are you leaving out that what that muscle flash was, that what happened when y'all were getting into that fight?
And so Megan, she says Kelsey called Ferris. I had already tried calling Ferris. We had that signal, so I sent a text to her security. I sent a text to her security at the time. That's Justin. And because they weren't answering the calls, so I think I said like help now. Shot Meg, or still have that text. I would go with my old phone.
A photograph here. If this is a document titled "Text Message Justin Edison."
So she don't actually have the text message, and they're telling her they're gonna provide her with the text message. Am I tripping on this? So they should have asked her directly about the fight as it entered they did ask her about the fight, and she denied it. They asked her and Megan about, did they have a fight? Did they have an altercation? Remember, Kelsey in court say they just bumped into each other. Now tell me, do you believe that, Kelsey? Bethel and Jules, that all they did is just bump into each other? Because the story she just told, she just said after the argument or whatever about the music stuff, she got out of the car and all she did is hear shots. She didn't say she saw Tory jump over and she seen Tory start shooting. They keep using this word play, this word salad where you're like, oh, I just heard shots. That means anybody could have shot. He jumped over into the front seat. Meg said he shot from the back seat. She said he jumped over to the front seat and started shooting. Meg said he started shooting from the back seat. Meg said she went to the front of the car. The prosecutors, after listening to her, the prosecutor said she walked to the back of the car. She said she walked to the front of the car. She said it was an altercation, which was an evasive response. We're gonna have to double check that, Because she said, I from what I remember, she said that they just bumped. And she said that the argument was between her and Tori. Between her and Tori. That's what Meg said. Meg said the argument was between Kelsey and Tori. She wasn't in the argument no more. But she just wanted to get out. Kelsey said that her and Meg was not getting into it. When they got out of the car, they just bumped. They just bumped. And we all can say that that doesn't make any sense. But the witness said they was fighting like cats and dogs, or like two dogs. That's what the witness said. So can we believe two women that have been proven liars? And then the witness that had no dog in the fight say what he saw before he talked to the prosecutors? Now, I can't really take into account what he say after he talked to the prosecutors, because then it seems tainted. If we're going to say that Kelsey's testimony was tainted, we can actually say that that witness testimony got tainted also, because that's not what he said from the beginning. Because everybody's going back and saying, oh, this is what she said in that recording. But we're not taking into account of what the witness said in his first recording.
I believe that. I'll have to look.
Okay, that looks like the message that you sent.
Yeah, I don't think it's edited or anything.
Okay, so you said help, Tori shot Meg.
Right.
Okay.
Mind you, I didn't even know the call that had been made. So I sent him a text. I think I texted Travis Ferris. I think I texted him. I know I dropped him. And I also sent. Just frustrating because I was really hurt. It just makes it like it's mentally like nothing. I sent the help to my mom.
And when you say you were hurt, you were.
I mean, I didn't even realize I have. My adrenaline was so high. When I say hurt, I mean emotionally.
Yeah.
Like,
Now this is what makes people believe. A little emotion.
I just was scared, like everything that had just happened, you know.
Do you remember what you texted your mom?
I think I still have the messages. It was on Facebook Messenger, because it's an Android, so like she's always on Facebook, so I knew she was. I think I also sent her a help message.
Yeah.
And so we're driving, and I also had made a phone call. Nobody was answering, and it was the person at the time that I was talking to. Phone call to him because I knew he picked up, and he picked up, and I let him listen to everything that was going on. I just had the phone. I had told him, hey, like this just happened. I need to stay on the phone. You know.
So you had your phone on an open line, where
it was an open line.
basically you could hear what was happening.
Why did you do that at that point?
Because again, I was scared, and nobody had answered their calls. This is the only person I knew, just in case. Yeah. I don't know what's next. Megan had her leg on me. I still never have looked down at her foot, or if I did, I don't see her injuries or how damaged or whatever. I'm in distraught. So Tori is like shut up, like Kelsey, shut up, you know. And the police, we're driving down the street, and the police, you know, they're coming. The policeman was behind us, but at that point, I don't think they knew this was the vehicle they were looking. So Quan pulled over, or let them go by, and they went by. And now we're getting to our last, you know, final moment. The helicopter's over the vehicle, and all the cops are behind us. And that's when, you know,
You can hear the sirens are going.
Sirens are going.
Is Tori saying
pulled over. He is. He was saying things just like, please, y'all don't, please. I'm about to sign a big deal or something, and both you guys $1 million each. And I believe Megan's like, huh? You know, like what? But that was the end of that. I will be very honest. Megan's, I don't know. I feel like they had a conversation either at the driveway or at the bus stop. I don't know where it happened, but she was very calm. She wasn't upset. She seemed upset with him. I was confused because I'm distraught, you know. But her demeanor was very like she was okay. Like,
Maybe
I
she's in
really
shock.
didn't. Maybe she was in shock.
Yeah.
I don't know. So now he was pulled over. The cops are demanding us to get out. I believe they asked him to get out first, then Megan, and then me, if I'm not mistaken.
Was that scary?
It was very scary, humiliating, and embarrassing. I never jailed, never have been cussed, never have been in anything like that. They actually, you can see the TMZ clip, they actually have me spread out like super white. You can look at the clip. It's the clip is there. You can hear me like, okay. I'm saying, okay. It was a female officer that I told her, I prayed him, I said, please don't put your knee on my back. This is when George Floyd whole situation.
Right after that, or close in time to that.
This is very, yeah, very. And she assured me that. So, you know, from there, handcuffed us. We didn't say, you know, I honestly, my was high. Asked me about enemies. I wasn't sure about myself at that point. I was sure about Megan, so I didn't even care to speak on myself. I almost regret. They take Megan. She's sitting on the curb. They have me here on the opposite side of the line. And I'm sure I now know what was disclosed. Fair arrived. By the time they were wheeling Megan off, I believe in like a wheelchair or a bed. I can't. They put her in the ambulance and they took us, you know, to.
Did you ride an ambulance with her?
No,
Separate car.
I was in a cop car.
Okay.
I actually went to the jailhouse. Again, I thought that was a normal thing to do. Well, with this situation, I didn't know if I was supposed to be in an ambulance. I don't know the rules. They took us. They came in, took pictures, if I'm not mistaken. I honestly don't recall them swabbing my hand for any residue or anything. And
You don't recall it happening, but it could have happened. You just don't remember.
no, I really don't, like, unless, because I don't know how that works. What the swab part is.
Yeah.
I don't even remember this closing that they were about to swab me, and I know.
Now let's ask an important question here, y'all. Let's ask an important question. Okay, so on the first day, they swabbed her hand, right? So if they come back and they find gunpowder on your hand, and they swabbed your hand, and they're arresting somebody for a gun charge because they're saying that they found the gun in the car. They're responding to a shooting, right? Think about this, y'all. They're responding to a shooting. They find a gun, and they find gun residue on your hand. Why wouldn't you be arrested for the gun also? Did Torre just automatically say, that's my gun? We all know that he did not say that that's my gun. He's the only one that went to jail that night, y'all. Because the gun was found under his seat. But he's saying that that's not my gun. It's not my gun. But you find gun residue on him. So you can say, hey, it looked like you shot this gun because this gun is empty. But they also find gun residue on her. So as a cop, wouldn't that make it like, okay, both of y'all saying that y'all didn't have this gun, but both of y'all got gun residue on y'all hands and this gun is hot and it's empty. So I'm going to assume one of y'all are lying. But if both of y'all are not going to tell the truth, then both of y'all are going to jail. Wouldn't that be the thing to do in a fair world? That's why I say there's just as much evidence on him as there is on her. But only one person right now is being slaughtered. Can we agree that that's not fair? And this is not a man versus woman thing. This is not a, not a bash or anything, but we're just going off of the evidence. She's telling it right here. They tested her hands right there. Now they didn't test her for DNA, but they tested Torre for DNA. We found out that Torre's DNA wasn't on the gun. We found out that there were 4 DNAs on the gun, but they were inconclusive. But they did know that one of those DNAs was a female's DNA. They know that one of the female that there was a female DNA on there. Why wouldn't a female be arrested that night if someone got injured by a gun? But we also have to think of this. The whole he shot me thing didn't come out till 3 months after the actual situation happened. It didn't come out from this night, and I think a lot of people are merging all this stuff together. They're like, oh yeah, they're thinking that this testimony right here was the night of. This testimony was 3 months ago. And all of a sudden, everything that she's saying, she's for sure on. She ain't skipping a beat right now. Telling this testimony 3 months ago. So this, she could have been reading off a paper right now, all we know, because there were no detectives in there. This is only her talking to the prosecutor. Never in history do only the prosecutor talk to a witness. There's a lot of questions to ask here, y'all. That's all I'm saying. If you're quick to point the finger at somebody without asking important questions, you need to just sit back and think. If this was my son, would I not want these same questions to be asked? If this was my father, would I not want these same questions to be asked? If this was my brother, would I not want the same questions to be asked? Not just looking at somebody's celebrity status.
That I would remember that. Again, I had maybe that part. I don't believe they swallowed me. Just that's my knowledge. I know they came in. So stayed over. They took us, I guess, room. Asked if I wanted to say what happened. Just deal what I know in the way it's from movies and stuff. I asked for, I was going to lawyer. So the next morning, 8, they released me, and.
So is that 4 hours?
Right, I was there all night.
It was that same night though.
Oh yes, that same.
So they released like
that
after
morning.
several hours that
Her
night.
release, at some point you made a trip over to the hospital, correct?
So when I get released, they released me and Quan together, and outside of the jail, Quan comment and was like, or something similar to those words. I don't know.
Did you have him elaborate on that, or did you ask?
No, I didn't ask. I was confused. I said that Tori was trying to protect me. I said, protect me from what? He's like, you'll find out later. Like, he was playing mind games with me. I don't know what's going on. Quan's driver.
Wow. Why would he be saying Tori was trying to protect her? And money talks. Does that make any sense right now, y'all? That don't make no sense right now.
A friend arrived, and he was like, man, he was like, why? He like, he was like, I can't believe he did that. He asked if I was okay. This is Tori's, I think, best friend. I don't know his name. Friend. They were just all associated. Yeah. And he asked if I was okay.
Street TV.
And I'm just like, yeah, I'm still kind of in disbelief and shock. I called Megan's manager. Like, hey, can something me up? Actually, I called Kirty, or I called him, one of the two, and he said, call Jilly. So I called her, or texted. I'll have to go back and see. And she came immediately. I went to her house. She gave me a change clothes because mine were ripped from the altercation. Discarded. From there, I asked her, like, how was Megan? Can I see Megan? We went to the hospital. I sat outside the hospital. I was not outside the room or anything. I was actually outside, sitting in the car on the street. Okay. She said that Megan couldn't have guests. So I thought that was accurate. I thought that was true. And I'm still sitting in the car. I received a call from a jail. Didn't think that it was Tori because I actually knew somebody in jail, and he had called off and I answered his call.
Girl, get the fuck out of here. You knew that was Tori. So you telling me you knew somebody you just came out here to LA, but you knew somebody that was calling you from the LA jail already. You telling me it ain't crossed your mind at one time that, okay, Toy just went to jail. Now all of a sudden somebody calling me 5, 6 o'clock in the morning from jail. Oh, you didn't know it was him. And 2, every time somebody called from jail, they be like, you getting the incoming call from, and the person got to say their name. 3, once you answer the phone and you seen it was him, and you know for sure, because you just said it, you knew he had done shot Meg. You know for sure he shot her. And he did it in malicious intention, like y'all was saying in court, or like you were saying in this interview. The first thing you would think that she'd be like, nigga, why you calling me? You just shot my motherfucking friend. You think, nigga, I'm gonna talk to you? Because remember in the car when they was arguing, she like, oh, you ain't gonna talk to my friend like that. So you telling me you cool with him shooting your friend like that, and you gonna talk to him, but y'all was just got them arguing about him talking to your friend like that. But I guess nobody don't want to put no pushback on that part. That just don't make sense. It don't make logical sense.
So I just thought it was him because it was normal early or later. So when I answered it, it was story. Honestly, I know in that call he did ask where Megan was, and I told him in the hospital. Apologized.
And what do you apologize him for?
I mean, everything that unfolded and
But she had a quick answer for that shit. He wasn't even finished with the motherfucking question yet before she was answering that shit. She wasn't even finished answering the question. She already knew what he was about to say. She didn't say, I'm sorry, you were speaking while I was speaking. What was the question?
incident, you know. That was, and I mean, I never got to see Megan since then.
You didn't see her at all since she went to the hospital?
No, it was.
Did you talk to Megan? At least have you phone her at some point?
And I'm gonna play the audio of the jailhouse conversation. But one thing that I noticed that she didn't say in that jailhouse, why would you tell her what hospital the man at? I mean the girl at. Why would you tell her if he just shot your friend? Why would you tell him what hospital she at? I'm like, motherfucker, don't worry about what hospital she at. Motherfucker, you shot her. You worry about not dropping the soap. You'll think she'll be on some shit like that, right?
Text messages, we did talk. She had finally texted me, but you know that I was with for years, day to day, every day. I know her. Like, that was my best friend. I know her like the back of my hand. Nothing's really changed. I'm somebody that, you know, like, I know everything. I'm the first person. Her team's gonna make sure I'm right there. He doesn't leave Megan. That's how we operate. Right. So when I just, you know, I kept asking, can I see Megan? I asked for the house. Can I see Megan? Can I see Megan? I'm still checking for her. Nobody. Me. So I took it off. I was like, okay.
You're listening to Street V.
Deborah, Rock Nation. She told me that Megan was gonna be down. Wow, almost a year. I believed it.
What do you mean? I mean,
like injured,
out of commission.
Out of commission.
Okay.
I believed it. Mind you.
Now that's the same person that Tori's father was speaking of. That's the same person that Tori's father had his choice words about. Y'all, we gotta pay attention, y'all. Pay attention.
I'm at this house. This house is big. I'm by myself. I'm still in shock. I had never been experienced, but I know that going back to the house was started. So I had like, so I asked, you know, hey, I might ask to go back. I go back or they said so he's still all over me. And my back hurt, which was cool. So all the I was actually looking for my sport to come out to the house. I didn't know it anymore. But most of the text, like 2 hours, they had just asked me to. I in 2 hours. Like, I don't have like my to do right here, like my stuff, and she's best guy rental, and he's under rental, like saying the house to be at, so there's just to be clear, you're telling me I need to move, immediate move down here, like, this is confused and hurt, and like, so I had to deal with this, and I can't even just kind of try to get my mom right, so she was like, yes, and I'm like, okay. And so I said, well, can you at least book my first date? Help move my box stuff, heavy stuff. And okay, just let us know what they need. And the driver had arrived. We actually were supposed to have, so the driver just and actually helped me get my stuff out of the house. And I looked up hotel. And yeah. He did. So the first call, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm like, who is this? He's like, big head, step back in my.
Yeah, it's weird how it keep doing this choppy thing. I don't know why. It's playing clear over here. For some reason, every time, every other word, it'll do this little. But I'm gonna see if there's something I can do over here on my end.
This is, so, I believe those are the words. Big head? It's a big head. We never had that.
Story whispering to you on the quantum. Okay.
Yeah, like ER stuff, our cases to him. And ER stuff, it's like a certificate of him. So I was okay to me to pick up. I feel like every time that I had, and he was like, honestly, I would have to look back. It wasn't hard on that day. Yeah, I know.
You go pick up the
suitcases, yeah. So, I dropped him, my head to my hotel. I believe this is the communication with the security guard. I want to make sure I'm being accurate with that. Sorry. I really don't know what the role was. It's okay. It is easier for right. Okay. And so he actually asked me to come to a studio location. Now I don't feel safe doing that. He's like, why? Like, you act like we're supposed to have it, and I'm like, I just don't feel safe doing that. Like, we're not friends,
You're listening to
So, it was Tori Kwan, and it was another individual. I don't know who he was. I think he was Caucasian. I can't remember. I actually go out to meet with him. And I said, hey, like, just let me know my location. I was still taking safety precautions because I was scared. And the vehicle, Quan stepped out. Tori was driving. And, driver's side. We were the car. Because that's how and in that car, he was just like, Kelsey, he's very public. This is somebody, me, Megan, and him. We were all friends up until that night. So although I was scared, I still was like, like, let me hear her out. You know, this, it was bad. I was involved, and I know he regretted it. And so
Here am I.
He said, Kelsey, she.
Let me hear him out. According to y'all, the man was just on demon time. What is there to hear out? What is there to hear out? What is there to hear out?
With artistry. That's what he put emphasis on. It's where you're wrong. You know, like, you're wrong. I made sure I made like why would you pull a gun? But this is okay. You know, and you know, I'm okay. Mental state is not okay. I have injury. Like, this is not right. You know, I said, Megan shot, you know, or she's in the hospital.
Did he ever apologize to you?
Tori, he did apologize to me also. And he's just like, you know, he's being very positive for the whole situation. I'm just, you need to apologize directly to her also. I didn't know he had, at that point, I didn't know he had sent her messages. Me and Megan had talking, not reaching out. This prior to, I want to reverse, prior to me even taking that meeting, it was like her team was treating me very weird, very strange. I didn't understand. I was reaching out to her team, you know, I'm asking them, like, what am I supposed to do? I'm sitting in the hotel, and I think like a long message, and I'm like, you know, what is moving as a unit? Like, why am I being kind of pushed me to move? Where am I supposed to go home to? Megan had asked me, I've always, you know, that she asked me, and I did. So I finally sent like a text that was like, isn't right. And Megan finally had called. I think they kind of sent like Kelsey. And she's like, fine, Kelsey, find a place to stay. He said, I'm gonna pay for a year. And I said, Megan, are you sure? She's like, yeah. She said, I'm gonna be back. I can't walk. And I'm like,
what's the idea? She said she was gonna pay for a place for a year. It was.
Now, damn, don't this sound like a little bribery? And remember, when Kelsey got in court, she also said that they was pressuring her to make a statement on social media. They was pressuring her to make a statement, and that's why her and Meg fell out, because she wouldn't make the statement for her. Come on now, we got to think about that now.
Also, her didn't call home base in Houston?
no.
Okay.
She asked you to move, so she felt responsible that you didn't have a place and wanted to get you a place back.
Right. I never asked them to give me.
Now, why are they filling in the blanks for her? She didn't say that. Y'all saying that. They putting words in her fucking mouth. That woman did not just say that. Y'all just said that.
They did this voluntarily, and for a year. Mind you, I had also that she had to me.
Now, what she just said is very crucial. That's not normal. That's not normal. You know that ain't normal. All of a sudden, now she want to pay your rent for a year. You ain't been wanting to pay my motherfucking rent for a year. What the fuck? Man, please. And y'all telling me everything is closed, open and shut. I'm just saying we gotta ask some real questions here. I don't just listen to what people say and just take that shit as gold. I'm willing to ask some real questions.
So I was confused. I was very confused. So I stood here in LA and y'all are like, very much in the dark. I talk to her, I'm with her every day, and I was all getting immediate updates on anything. Shut me out. I didn't know why. So anyways,
Let's go back to Tori.
yeah, I'm about to get right back to that. So anyways, he in to sum it up, he was very apologetic. I told him, you're like, what you did, like, this is not okay. And he said, Kelsey, like, what can I do? And I'm like, what do you mean, what can you do? And I guess his lawyer, probably had that. He goes, can I invest in a, or do you need a job? Do you want to work with me? And I'm like, huh? No, I don't want any correlation with you. And you need to get your lawyer. And I don't need you to do anything for me, Tori. Like, why do I need you to get me a lawyer? And he goes, well, can I, what's something that you want? What's something you want to do? Like, do you want to invest into a business? He said, Kelsey, you know what I'm saying. Per him, Shawnee advised him to work that way. And I told him, no, like, no, I don't need anything from you. And he's like, okay, well, just think about it and just let me know. And so at the end of that, he asked for a hug, and I said, I want to hug him.
What did you think he was trying to accomplish by making that audio?
He was just trying to right his wrongs for all of us, and me, of course. I don't want to assume anything, but I mean, I don't know if that was his way of.
Now, this is why you don't let a prosecutor sit there and talk to a person that's could possibly be involved in the crime alone, because I hear a lot of coaching in this damn thing. You're supposed to just be letting that woman talk, but it's like they filling in words. They're not investigating her. They're only looking for her to tell them what it is that they want. They're not looking for the story, not the real story. They're not asking her, did you and her get into a fight? You know that there's a witness saying that y'all were fighting. Can you explain that? They're not investigating her. This is solely to, hey, we got to put it all on him. Make sure you leave out this, that, and the third. Because they're not asking the important questions. Salute, Unity.
Don't want to pay directly for injury.
When he offered you all these things, was it over the course of just one conversation, one meeting, or was it the course of like texts and phone calls or anything like that?
It was over a course, for sure. I believe phone call, yeah, and phone call and a text.
Do you remember if you saw that text?
When I tell you that phone, I have to go back and literally go through everything. It's like powered off.
Yeah.
Hold on, y'all. I have no idea what that chapel sound is. Let me. I'm gonna play this from my computer.
You still have that phone.
I do.
So don't delete anything. Let's go over
Okay,
all the things we talked about. When you want to ask questions about it. In the course of like the phone calls or texting, I mean, these things, does it occur over several months, or what are we talking about here?
All the way up until I think you guys finally picked up charges on him.
Stop reaching out.
Then it stopped.
Okay.
And then you stopped having contact with Meg at some point, right?
So yeah, with Megan, with Megan, yes, she, and I have these text messages also. She asked me, she says, Kelsey, do you want me to include you in my statement? Prior to that, she had told me, she didn't want me in the media. And I said, Megan, like, I need you to protect me in this because they're saying that they see a TMZ clip is circulating. People are threatening me. People are threatening my mom. People are threatening my family.
When was
This was everything broke onto.
Now, any other time, and when a case is being, investigated, they won't allow any of the co-defendants or people who are investigated to make this type of communication. She's admitting right here that Meg is tampering with the investigation because there's a possibility that yes, you could have shot. The witness is saying that he seen you with a gun. I mean, I don't know why they don't have you at least charged and at least tried you for it. If the witness said he saw you with a gun and he saw you shoot a gun, and now y'all want to bring up charges that somebody shot Meg, it should be between both of them until you figure that she's not guilty. Bring up the same witness that say what he saw, use the GSR that was found on her hands, use the DNA. All of these same things that you're charging him with, those same things could be charged on her, is my point, y'all. All the same things that they charge him with could have been charged on her. They have the same evidence. You have gunpowder on you, man. I'm sorry for the people who want to say, oh, no way she could have did it. Yes, there is. She has gunpowder on her hands. And the story that she tells, not one time that she ever tells of why she got gunpowder in her hands. Now people are going to say, oh, well, maybe it was when he started touching her when he assaulted her. Well, remember the witness said he saw all of them go grab Meg. Why Meg didn't have well, they didn't test her. Well, why the bodyguard / driver didn't have it on him? Because he was close to him too. Remember they had to break them up. How did she get that damn gunpowder on her?
Internet.
Why were they saying that you shot her?
Because they seen that me and Tori had, I think an article came out that me and Tori were detained and Megan was in the hospital, so it just made it look like.
Oh, I see. The optics were.
So
like
right.
that.
So then she had texted. She was, do you want me to include you in my?
Now, ain't it mighty funny that they're trying to act like they don't know that a witness said that he saw her with a gun first? Remember, the witness said that he saw a woman get out and that they were fighting. Why are they acting like they have no idea about this fight? Why are they acting like they have no idea that a witness say he saw her shoot? Why are they acting like she didn't have gunpowder on her also? They're trying to act like they don't know. Why would they think that? Is it because you had the gunpowder on you? That's crazy, y'all. They're acting like they don't know why people might think that she might have shot too. That she possibly could have shot her. Why would they think that? Get the fuck out of here.
Statement, and I said, please, I'd be thankful for that. And I said, I can also get me a statement typed up by my lawyer. At that time, I had got Dawn for my abuse that Tori did. So no sooner could I say that, she had already made the post on Instagram, and when she made that post,
she keeps making this reference of the physical injury that she got from Tori, but they're listening to that like, oh, we don't give a fuck about you. We don't care if he assaulted you. We're only worried about if he assaulted Meg. So you're telling me if he's the big bad wolf and he shot this woman, are you not equally as concerned of him physically abusing this woman? I don't get it. Are we only protect only one woman here? Or we're not gonna protect the other woman? It just doesn't make sense. Why wasn't he charged for criminally assaulting her?
Post, there was no protection. She just she said that I have the screenshot. She pretty much disclosed events without really disclosing everything. But just as my best friend, she could have said something in the words of like, that would have protected me. She left me in the hot seat with them. After you just texted me and asked if I wanted to be included in the statement, you still put out it without me, you know?
What the statement said? What was the gist of that statement?
Can I see my phone?
What she saying? Did she say she was shot?
And what she said was, I have it, but and I want to verbatim. I want the statement because then this is when all the assumptions against me really began. She basically had said, I want to find the actual statement. Sorry.
No, take your time.
You're listening to Street TV.
Let me pop out for 1 second. Okay? Keep going without me.
Something is way off.
Okay.
They're asking her questions they already know.
I know I have her say that.
Why would they
Basically,
think
she made an
that you shot?
Instagram post. Maybe I'll just have to Google it.
If you get me the gist of the statement too, it's probably something we can
Hold on.
something that she posted.
So she said she gotta Google what she said to her. What in the whole world? You just said that she pretty much called you or told you that, asked you, did you want her to put her in the statement? Why would she have to ask you that? Why can't she just go ahead and just, she just be honest?
That's all it is when I sneeze.
Okay. So the gist of it was that she, no, because the way that she worded it is very important.
Do you remember? It was an Instagram post.
It was an Instagram post.
Did she post it, right?
Statement Instagram. Yeah. I don't know why.
I know that there was a not long-winded.
So she wrote an Instagram post to ask her, do you want me to put you on a statement? Wow, I done heard it all.
Just posted on Instagram.
There's and I know I have it. Okay, right here.
Okay.
So,
We found the statement.
Okay.
do you want me to read the full statement?
Sure. Well, if you want to talk about the statement.
So basically her statement, mind you again, this was immediately after she asked if I wanted to be included in her statement. And I said yes, because that would protect me, at least put me in a position where people know I didn't do nothing to her. She said the narrative that's being reported about Sunday morning's events are inaccurate, and I'd like to set the record straight. On Sunday morning, I suffered gunshot wounds as a result of the crime that was committed against me and done with intention to physically harm me. I was never arrested. The police officers drove me to the hospital where I underwent to remove the bullets. I'm grateful to be alive and that I'm expected to make a full recovery. But it was important for me to clarify the details about this traumatic night. currently focused on my recovery so I could turn back to my life and back to making music. And her caption was, I was never arrested. This whole experience was an eye-opener and blessing in disguise. I hate that it took this experience for me to learn how to protect my energy. So when she did that, mind you, people had already knew me. We were together. People had seen us, celebrating my I had just came back and to LA. So she had made a post celebrating me. And so the public automatically realized she didn't include me in that statement, and they began tagging. Oh, like you shot Megan, and people kept, you're going to jail. I hope you rot in jail and die. They were saying all kinds of crazy things. So I made a, I'm not an experienced, she has a team. I didn't really, so I made a little post, and I said I want to clear up the rumors that I shot Megan. I want to clear up the rumors that I shot Megan. I was not the one with the gun, and I would never do something like that. But I was present. I don't know if that was the best thing to say, but she was like, Kelsey, why would you say that? And I said, what do you mean? Like, you're not protecting me, like I have to say something. And she's like, that's not the way to say things. And I'm like, say things, because you tell me you don't speak on it, and then like let me know the way.
So it seems like there was.
So she's pretty much coaching her on what to say. Isn't that illegal to coach somebody on what they should say as far as giving a testimony or speaking out to the public about an open investigation? She's telling her what she should and what she shouldn't say. This is wild, man. We ain't supposed to ask these questions, though. We're just supposed to go with the narrative.
Discord, you want to call it that, between you and Megan about how Liam's coming out. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's fair to say. That's very fair. And so,
You're listening to Street TV.
So, I don't know anything but the truth, Megan. And she's like, so I'm upset. I'm upset because she didn't clear my name. Like, that's my main reason for Megan. She never protected me, never defended me. She made this all about her, like as if I didn't suffer with her. So it put me in the seat with the bad guys, Yep. Never not once cleared my name. Mind you, she had no reason to be upset with me because at that time she did not know that I had met with Tori. She didn't know this, so she had no reason to treat me anyway or.
One that meeting with Tori was innocent anyway, but it was to get your property back.
Right,
and
to get my property back, and exactly, I had.
Now you can't tell me they're not leading her right now, because like Meg said in court, the reason she stopped messing with Kelsey because she felt like she met up with Tori, and that's where that's how she figured that she was getting paid off. But like Kelsey just said, at the time she didn't even know that she had that met up with Tori. So what is she pissed off at her about? Man, they don't want people to listen. They just want you to just go with the narrative. Don't actually listen to their words. Just use the sympathy card.
There's no ill intent.
Right.
I can be very truthful. I have nothing to hide. All these things, like, it's going to come out when it's supposed to.
Yeah.
I'm not here to get on the internet and tell every detail.
Yeah.
That's what she doesn't understand.
Yeah.
So, we went back and forth a little bit, and I can share those messages too. I'm getting threats. So
Are you getting threats? Are you talking about from the public?
I'm getting threats from the public. I've approached in person.
By people in public?
Mm-hmm. That's why I've honestly been in isolation. Has happened. Events that I had to attend just because they were paid, and sometimes like it takes me out. Like you can ask him. It takes me like an hour or more to get out the car before I go into somewhere because I don't know what people think of me. I took hush money, people think, because this is what she's put out there. And it's like, even though this guy is the bad guy, I guess, she has done a lot of damage to me by what she does on the internet. Yeah. And so, anyways, it's not fair because I didn't betray her. So, anyways, so she was like, she had demanded me to finally get Kelsey. I need you to get on Instagram and say this. Say what happened to you and say what happened to me. By that time, I had got Don, my lawyer, and he told me, no, you're not playing social media games. She's not pressing charges. Because, like I said...
This is before the case, he'd been
right.
arrested for a file on the case, yeah.
Right. Mind you, her manager had her disclosed to me that she was not going to press charges on him or anything, so I thought it was okay. Like, she's not mad at him, whatever. But it wasn't until she believes for her... putting out statements through social media, making her seem like a drunk, making her seem all these things. That's what upset her. And that's what finally made her get on Instagram. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't be.
Because Tori said, well, I wasn't the one with the gun. And he said, hell, I'm not making a statement because Rock Nation done called me and told me not to make a statement. So nobody's supposed to defend themselves, but you want her to go online on Instagram and say what it is you want her to say. The same way you're doing right now. You're saying everything that she wants you to say. I mean, I'm just assuming that because right now is the only time that your stories align. But then when you came up there on that trial, you needed to have immunity so you wouldn't get charged with something. It's something that you did that you did not want to get charged with. This is wild, man. This is wild that we can sit back and think that this type of shit is okay.
You put out the truth about what I heard.
Correct. So, so she demanded that I get on Instagram and do the same. And my lawyer said no. He said no, you're not doing social media games. He's not pressing charges. So you don't have to be involved in that. We're handling your situation now. Yeah. You let her handle hers the way she wants, and we're going to handle this how I advise you to. So I informed her of that. She said, Kelsey, that's bullshit. You got a lawyer now? Like, that's bullshit. She didn't believe me. And, at this point, I'll have to go back to the dates, but I have finally, told her, Megan, I need to tell you, I need to talk to you. And I disclosed to her that I spoke with Tori. And she was like, he's just trying to play with you. Like, he's just trying to play you. And so finally, after I told her I wasn't getting on the internet, she was like, well, how could you meet with somebody? And, and I said, I'm trying to obtain, I have the messages. I can provide when I go back to my phone. So she thought I was lying. Like, oh, now your lawyer's telling you don't do this. That's bullshit. So I'm like, you're reaching out to me. I'm realizing this is disingenuous. It's not. We're pretty much going back and forth, and I'm telling her, like, I'm still speaking to her. She's like, how are you arguing with me in private? I said, this isn't an argument. This is a conversation. Yeah. We're having a conversation.
You're listening to Street TV.
So finally, I believe we stopped communicating, and then she took it to Instagram Live, and she made a video. And this video just added more fuel to the fire. She's on there. She's like, I wouldn't, for no amount of money, would I change on. It basically made it seem as if I had to hush money. Correct. Okay. So I sent her a text, and I said, I don't know why you're bashing me on the internet. I said, I'm not sure why you're bashing me on the internet. I know you're hurt, and I'm also hurt. I said, but my sister to never go on the internet and bash me. She didn't acknowledge it. She kept on the internet, they're just trying to make me on Instagram, on social media, come out and finally just blast everything. It took a lot for me. She had her friends, they were saying things on the internet. You took hush money. That's how you got your chain. I had got a pendant. My dad's death day on it. Mind you, it had already been purchased way before. It just finally became ready around this time, in August of the year. This pendant purchased in July 2020 or June 2020 okay. Or before that. So her friend, we were all friends. So I know how Megan operates. It's basically something she approved for her to post.
Most of the people that's in the on the original live of this audio, they all think she lying. So y'all not the only ones over here that's saying that this doesn't add up. The people that were this site that I got this off of, everybody in the comment is saying, man, something still ain't adding up. So we're not the only ones tripping. We're not being misogynist. We're not being biased. We're all just searching for truth. And a lot of people feel like real questions were not asked, and this sounds like it's being rehearsed. That's just being honest. You don't have to hate women or hate black women or not want justice or any of that stuff. You just want to hear when a victim tells a story of them getting injured. You want to hear them just be honest about what happened. not leave out all kind of stuff and then say, hey, you should believe me without a reasonable doubt if you're giving us all kind of reasonable doubt.
Oh, now you're delusional, you stupid bitch. Yeah, you must have took that hush money. That's how you got your little chain. It was a lot of evil things in that message. And
sounds like your friendship completely
oh,
over.
so if you ever thought I was now going to get on the internet and say anything to you, that's over.
Well, so I mean, this is a question when trial comes, and it's a question we want to ask so we can clear the air on this.
Hey,
you know, are you telling us what happened that night?
How you doing?
As you said, you tell us now.
Salute. We the people will never know the truth.
Oh, not at all. My purpose of me speaking my truth is just to. I know this is obviously never a thing, but I just want to free myself from this. Yeah. I tried to free myself a long time ago, but every time you turn around, she's making a song about me, making a diss track about me, talking. And
you just want to free yourself. Now, that might be the most truthful thing she done said. Because remember, she said she had never been to jail or any of that stuff before. Now, think about it. You ain't about to let your friend go to jail. I don't care if y'all fell out. Not over no nigga. Nah, hell nah. But like she said, she just want to free herself. If she did what that man said she did, her ass would not be free. If that man would have said that the other man had did what Kelsey did, do y'all know that other man would be locked up right now? But for some reason, she can't get locked up. Even though a witness said he saw her do the same thing. And we're going to listen to his statement. Trust me. Probably not tonight, but we're going to pull up his statement too. Because it's all out to the public now, y'all, what was really said. So we don't have to go off of what people was coming to tell us. All that, oh, they didn't tell you this, they didn't tell you that. Well, we can listen out of their own mouth now.
see, that's the other thing that people don't understand. They think that we fell out behind touring. It's not true. This had nothing to do with that. I'm not mad at her. I mean, of course, now it's like, damn, like my best friend that how could you do that to me?
This is all because of the aftermath of the shooting.
Exactly.
And how it was presented.
That's why I'm so upset, because one, you didn't protect me.
Yeah.
Two, y'all were on the internet doing all this. Three, you called around me still telling people that I took hush money and not to talk to me. Like, you're really gonna make people not like me. You know what I'm saying? For what? I was a really good friend to her.
So you think she was really upset that you wouldn't put out a statement to back her up on the internet, and that she felt that the only reason you would do that is because Corey paid you off. When in reality, your lawyer was advising you not to do it.
And she knows that because my lawyer also made contact with her lawyer at the time, Alex Sparrow, and asked for her to stop. And they said, well, why won't she make a statement, you know? And he told her, well, your client's not pressing charges. My client doesn't want no involvement.
So my other question to you, and again, I think this is something that will be asked on the road, is what's the case?
Now, ain't that some weird shit for a lawyer to be calling her lawyer and say, why she won't make a statement? Why she won't make a statement? They want to win this shit in public opinion. Hey, just make a statement. Just make a statement. Why she won't make a statement? This girl had to go get her own fucking lawyer. Now she mad because somebody else paid for her lawyer. This is crazy.
Was filed. You didn't get her to talking to you until today.
Right. I just didn't want to. Didn't want to be involved. I didn't want to voluntarily put myself in a situation, and this girl's not backing me up at all. Like, she's not here for me. She has made it real hard for me in real life. You know, like, I just, like, why? You're not protecting me. You're not doing nothing for me. Like, let them find. Let do what y'all have to do. You know, I'm never running away from it, or like, you know. I'm ready for the facts to come out, you know, and
that's the way they should get. Not on social media, not piecemeal.
Not on social media. She has done a lot. She had made a dish. I'm not a person that likes to do the social media back and forth, but this has made me do it, and I hate that because it's part of business. So I can't just do things. Like, sometimes I don't even like to go to people because I don't know how they feel. Sometimes I don't even present myself as Kelsey because, oh, you're the girl that touched me. Like, I've had people come up to me, right? I don't go to grocery stores. I've been to story and got pinned in a corner. People go to me, you took hush money. Like, she has made it real difficult. And why?
Yeah.
I didn't betray you.
Yeah.
She's putting the word out that I betrayed her. That's not true. It was obviously the other way around. But
this trial will be an opportunity for everybody to speak their truth.
To finally speak the truth, and that's what I'm happy for. And that's the other thing. Like, you know, now I'll be able to really open up and help the public because understand why me and Megan are friends.
Yeah.
She's not going to hold herself accountable. She doesn't ever hold herself accountable to things.
And Tori needs to be held accountable.
And he needs to be held accountable too. Both of them. And like I said, we could have went home that night.
Yeah.
We were on our way home. But she demanded the driver to take us back. And it wasn't because of a sandal. Tori was with Kylie still.
Yeah.
That's the real reason. She had, and I forgot to even throw that part in. That just made me remember. She had tried to get me mad. She was like, Kelsey, he wants to stay with Kylie. I'm like, okay, let him stay with Kylie.
That didn't bother you at all?
No, I was way past this person.
Yeah.
Megan had actually
You're listening to Street
asked
TV.
me, Kelsey, can you and Tori, like, oh, she wanted me on him, like, to talk. Then she was like, Kelsey, I want y'all to just keep it as friends because we might do business and I don't want that to interfere, you know, and I respected it.
Yeah.
I'm not a person that's like, oh, no, I respected it.
Yeah.
And we just kept friendship, you know.
Now the real truth came out right there, y'all. The real truth came out right there. But they steady denied that. Megan steady denied that in trial. Oh, I ain't give a damn about that nigga. She got everybody in the world thinking that this man was just had some kind of little guy syndrome, where he couldn't deal with this bad bitch, you know. He couldn't deal with the rejection. That's what the whole world is thinking right now. It ain't that, you know, they're thinking that he was just the most pettiest person for what ended up happening. Now, which if he did it, that is true. That's very petty of him.
No, and that's it. Okay. But now when I look back at everything, it was other reasons involved.
Okay.
So no, I wasn't just like me and Tori's involvement has nothing to do with that night. It came out because he obviously tried to throw her under the bus and turn me against her.
Right.
That was not the issue.
He was working the social media side as well.
I don't know how true. I mean, I don't know, but probably so. They were putting up that Kelsey was bitter that night. The other thing is, I don't know, like, you know, my truth brings in close these things. I don't think they want to because it's better to say Kelsey was her best friend versus saying Megan was upset that Tori and Kylie, you know, it's just more better, right? Okay, well, if I have to be the bitter best friend, fine. But there's still no right for all of this to be going on.
Well, that truth's coming out, right?
And then with Megan, it makes sense now because she told you guys that the argument started between me and him, if I'm not mistaken, and that's false. So now I know that I was pushed out because she did not tell the truth initially. Put it on me, which is fine, but I feel like that should have been a mutual thing. Like, Kelsey, I need you to just say this instead of just blaming me. That's not right. So
I think there's a lot of things that not everyone is privy to. When the trial concludes and when everyone testifies, you know, there's certainly a lot of things that have been kind of leaked piecemeal out there, and some things are absolutely not true. Some things that I think still doesn't give everyone the whole picture of everything. I would say, just like everyone else, you always want to reserve any conclusions you have about what the people are saying. Even Meg, I know it's hard, but you know, wait till the end of the trial, and then you'll get a sense of where everyone's at, and then you know.
This is the opportunity for everybody. You know, they're going to take an oath to tell the truth, and they're going to give their full.
I don't even think they'll tell the truth under oath.
Well, as long as when you're up there, you know.
I mean, I'm telling you, I have nothing to hide or lie about. Something that makes me look bad. Or nobody's perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I think I understand why it's hard for you to, when you hear some of the stuff that Megan might say, to feel offended by some of the things that she's not including. But I'll say that, like I said, wait till the end of the trial. There's a lot of things that she's told us. It's not okay. And just like everything you're telling us, it's not to be out there. That's the whole start.
How does this work? Because
how it works is we are under a discovery protective order. So the discovery in this case, interviews of witnesses, any evidence in this case is disclosed only to the parties that need to know, which is prosecution and the defense. So there's always stuff that gets leaked a little bit. Some of it's there's a grain of truth, but there's stuff that's not included. Other stuff that's not included, and that's deliberate because this case has to be tried in court. and that's it.
Excuse me, should we further this conversation on or off record?
That's fine. This is just to explain the Discovery Protect Order. So it's fine.
My other concern was I'm somebody who is very accessible because my business, like what I do, it involves me to be involved, you know? So that was my other thing, is just like this. I don't know how concerned anybody else is, but for my safety, I'm very concerned.
Okay, and we'll have a discussion about safety concerns off the record, because we have to just go into more details about your lifestyle or things like that. We have to make accommodations or figure things out. That's something we'll do off the record, okay? But for your purposes, just so you know, we are in the home stretch. It doesn't seem like that because it's been going on for so long, but we are, and all the truth will come out from every witness in this case to some degree. And so I think, you know, I know you have strong feelings about what happened, as you should.
Now, did we hear the prosecutors literally say right there that we know Meg lying? We know she been lying like a motherfucker. We see that both of y'all motherfuckers been lying. The prosecutor actually said that, pretty much. We see both of y'all motherfuckers lying, but we still gonna try to, you know, make sure we hold this motherfucker by the nut. Even though both of y'all ass lying. It's clear. But then everybody else get looked at bad because we were like, hold on, they lying. Why are they lying? Is it not fair for us to ask why they're lying? Is it not fair to ask why are y'all lying? I don't think nobody should be blamed for saying why do somebody gotta lie if they telling the truth, if they was a victim.
And everything you've said to us today makes sense. I think, you know, we want to make sure that there's some resolution for everyone involved, you included, not just Meg. Hopefully, you know, accountability with respect to Tory, but we want resolution for everyone involved, including you. Okay, but that won't happen until after the trial's done.
It's understandable. I'm just ready to move forward.
Thank you, Kelsey. And let me
fight
just
through
say we're so appreciative that you came out today and that you.
So point is, they don't give a shit about them lying. They don't give a damn about none of that. They just want a conviction, pretty much. They don't care about the inconsistencies. They don't care about none of that shit. All they want is this black man fucked up. They don't care if it's true what he's saying or not. They don't care if this woman is lying, even though those lies could actually mean that she was involved more than she's trying to say. They don't care about that. They don't care about the real truth. They just want the conviction. And that's what's real troublesome. That's what's really troublesome.
Spoke to us, and I know it was hard, these memories, but I appreciate, you know, you want to be accurate and you want to get everything right, and you're taking this very seriously.
Yeah.
So,
and I don't think Megan knows.
Salute,
like,
Brittany.
I never
Have a nice, good day at work.
You know, but she has made it so hard for me.
well, and right, but the best time to do that is
Right, or yeah, like social media.
Yeah.
This is Don. Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
Don.
When does the trial schedule start? And they call me?
So I think we're going to conclude the interview because we're going to discuss scheduling at this point. So anything else that you want the incident date?
No, I have no other questions about that. So I think
Just note the time is being
yes, it is 12:58 p.m.
All right.
My bad, y'all. My bad. I didn't have my mic unmuted. But it seems like when she didn't go down with the whole plan that Meg was trying to get her to go down with, that's when the fallout happened. But like those detectives, y'all got to remember, this interview was given 3 months before the trial. This wasn't given when it first happened, which would have made, then I would have said, hey, yeah, nah, she's probably telling the truth for sure. But being that y'all did this 3 months before the trial, and the whole motivation that seems to be behind it is you pretty much making sure your ass don't go to jail. Yeah, because if you make sure you don't go to jail, I mean, you got a young child that you just have. No mother is gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and tell the truth, go to jail, knowing that I just had a baby. Oh no, nigga, you gotta go to jail. Okay, let me see if I can find that jail call, y'all. Let's see if I can find that jail call real quick. Okay, let's play this jail call real quick. It's not that long. It's only about 4 minutes. Because I feel like the jail call does make them sound guilty. I'm not even.
And we now sell our wheel covers all around the world.
I'm not gonna cap y'all. The jail call sounds like he might have been saying that, but I still have to go with the evidence and the fact. And the fact is, he didn't admit it, but he just was apologetic. Now we can take that as a cultural thing too, because everybody says that Canadians are overly apologetic. And even in the car, as she was explaining, this nigga was overly apologetic. He's cussing their ass out and then apologizing to them in the same fucking manner. That's wild. Yeah, we rocking early, little ladies. I ain't working. I'm off for the week, so I'm up all type of night and all that. I took me a nap earlier today, so I woke up in the middle of the night and I went on ahead and played the. You remember when they said that when Kelsey told the courtroom that she felt like she was under pressure from the prosecutors? And so she lied in the statement that she made about what happened that night. Because remember, they brought her in 3 months before the trial. Now think about her saying that she felt like she was under pressure from the prosecutor. If they bring you in 3 months before a trial, and let's say they threaten to charge your ass too. You just had a newborn baby. You ain't trying to go to jail. So maybe you should line up this whole testimony with what this other person said, even though none of it made sense, and she intentionally left out the part about them fighting. Like we wasn't gonna notice that. She left out the part about them fighting, and she said that it was because Tori the one that assaulted her. But they didn't. If they would have had that kind of information from the beginning, you think they wouldn't have charged him with assault? I mean, they expect us not to ask no questions here. She claimed that all the stuff that happened to her jewelry being ripped off, her hair being pulled out, all that stuff was because she was assaulted. But then she got in court and was like, where did y'all get that from? Right. Nothing like that power now.
Thank you. You tell me. Okay.
Y'all got out 6 minutes.
I'm making still in the hospital. I'm outside the hospital.
You said what?
You're listening.
I said Megan's in the hospital. So I'm at the hospital waiting.
What hospital you at?
Let me see. Cedar, something like that. Cedar.
Yo, bro. She could never ever me ever again. I just want you to know, bro. Nigga, I was just so fucking drunk, nigga. I didn't even know what's going on, bro. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on, bro. Like that ass, nigga. I'd never do some shit like that, bro. Just that, nigga, I was just so fucking drunk, nigga. I didn't know what the fuck was going on, bro. Like, so whatever, bro. But, you know, regardless, anything right, and that's not gonna make my actions right, bro. But I'm just deeply sorry you move like that, bro. Like, never move like that at all, bro. Like, for real, dog.
I know. There's a lot that happens, but
A whole lot, bro. Like, a whole lot, bro. I feel crazy, bro. But in this state, like, what happened already, bro. I can't take it back, bro. I'm just telling y'all, I'm sorry, bro. Like,
you're listening to Street TV.
I think I was just too drunk, bro. You know what I'm saying? When I got to the house, shorty's like, all top niggas, they gave me like 5 shots, like you feel me? So I was out of there, like, wasn't in there with niggas, like, you feel me? We was taking shots past that time. I wasn't even there with niggas, like, bro. I don't even remember what we was arguing about, bro. Like, you feel me?
I was already fucked up by the time you got there, so I don't know how much.
It's like, you know, but tell me what hospital she's in.
You're listening to Street TV.
I just told you, Cedar Medical.
Alright, you ain't got quarantine.
Nah, it's mighty funny though. They just sound like they just cool as the motherfucker though. So when you say that this sounds like he's apologizing for shooting her, you also got to take into account that she doesn't sound like he did anything wrong. She just like, yeah, nigga. I mean, you would think she'd be like, yeah, you should be damn sorry. You would think she was like, you should be sorry. Why the hell you even calling me? You shot my friend. You could have, you know, you hit me and you pulled me by the hair and all that. Like, you would think that she would be offended by how he treated her. Like, dude, you put your hands on me. You knocked me down. You pulled out a piece of my hair. You shot my friend. And here you is just talking about you were drunk. That's your excuse? I mean, maybe I'm tripping. Because if y'all are expecting him to, if y'all are going to take into account what he's saying, I'm taking into account what both of them are saying. That's what I'm taking into account. He's asking you, where is the friend that I shot at? What hospital she at? You would think she'd be like, nigga, why you worrying about what hospital she at? You need to be worrying about not dropping the soap or some shit, nigga. Fuck that shit. She not only told him once, she told him twice. What hospital she at? What if he wanted to do further damage to her? If he was so dangerous, why are you telling him what hospital she's at? She said she didn't know this was him calling from the jailhouse. The jailhouse tell you exactly who called it. Does it sound like she did not want to talk to him? But she damn sure tried to make an excuse. She knew that would be a question in people's head. When she was like, well, he called me. I didn't know it was him because somebody else be calling me from the jailhouse. So I answered not knowing who it was. Get the fuck out of here. You know exactly who that was. Who else was calling you 5 o'clock in the morning after you just got out of jail? Because if somebody in jail and you just got out of jail, you ain't about to answer your call that early in the morning looking for no damn collect call from an inmate in Los Angeles. So you telling me you just happen to know somebody that's in Los Angeles County Jail too, huh? You just happen to know. You just flew from Houston. Remember you told us that. Some people listen in detail. Y'all ain't been there long enough for you to even be having nowhere to stay. But you know somebody already in LA County Jail that's gonna wake up early in the morning and call you. Yeah, okay. I got a bridge in Brunswick, Georgia I want to sell y'all too.
You ain't got no security.
Why not?
Can you call this nigga Quan and tell this nigga, bro? you get a chance, bro, just figure out what you gotta do to bail me out this shit.
Okay.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
I mean, she didn't say, what, nigga, you calling to ask me for favors? Nigga, do you realize you just hit me and pulled out my hair? You just threatened to shoot me. You shot my friend with intention. Because you remember, Meg came out and said, this nigga shot me with intention to harm me. Remember what we just heard on the on that audio? He shot me with intention to harm me. He told me to dance, bitch, dance. All of this stuff. But you helped the nigga get out. Do you think he wouldn't even been able to get out without your help? I want y'all to remember that these charges ain't come to 3 months down the line. Nobody wasn't saying Tory shot. Nobody wasn't saying nobody shot nobody. But it don't sound like she knew for sure. Oh, he shot her. Just like she was just saying, oh, I knew he shot her. I text to say Tory shot Meg. So you had the presence of mind to text and say Tory shot Meg when it happened. Because you was so scared for your safety, so scared for your life. But here you is on the phone telling your friend's location and about to help the man get out of jail that just shot your friend and just assaulted you. Make it make sense, y'all. She said, okay. She didn't say, what? Hold on, man. Are you serious? Nah, nigga, stay in there. Think about what you did. You should be accountable for what you did, just like she just said in the damn thing. Oh, yeah, he should be accountable for what he did. He ain't in no position to harm you. Why they're not saying he shot her right now? He's not in the position to harm neither one of them. Remember, she said, well, I didn't want to say nothing because I didn't want the police to kill a black man. I just didn't want us to get all to die and all that. Well, all of y'all in the safe position right now. What it is, y'all didn't want that fucking them gun bullets to be fucking traced. Y'all didn't want them to find out what gun got shot. But y'all didn't want it. Y'all ain't know the story that y'all need to tell right now. Why this same statement that she given that we just listened to, why that statement wasn't given that night or somewhere within that week? That statement wasn't given until 3 months ago, right before this trial started. You can fool some of the people all of the time, but you can't fool all of the people some of the time.
Sorry.
I think honestly, we're gonna try to because obviously, like, the longer you're in there, the more hot it's gonna get. Because it's already on. Like, there's no names released yet, but the report is already out.
But like, out is what? What you mean out?
It's on app.
She worrying about trying to get his ass out of there ASAP. Like, oh no, nigga, we need to get you out of there before people start naming names and like start saying stuff and all that. We need to get you out of there. Like, nigga, she done started thinking of strategies that he ain't even thought of yet. Like, she acting like his down ass chick right now. Like, this is how your down chick, she don't care what you done did. You could have just killed somebody. She like, all right, yeah, we about to let's make sure we wash it down with milk and whatever it is, to get rid of that gunpowder. Like, they're thinking of a strategy right now. Man. But people want to tell you how bad the audio sound of him apologizing on the phone from jail. This the jail call that convicted the man of being guilty and saying that this is him admitting that he shot her. And I haven't heard him admit it. Now, I heard him say, I'm sorry about what happened that night, and this and that, this and that, this and that. And that was a horrible choice of words. I don't know what. But I don't see him being able to get her to do what he's getting her to do right now. This is what bailed it out, y'all, to me. Now, if he would have just got on that call and he would have been apologizing, she'd be like, nigga, I don't accept your apology, nigga. You shot my friend. You gonna get what you gonna get. Blah, 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 blah. Squaze. I'm not calling nobody to help you get out of jail and all that. Good luck. Then I would have said, yeah, he was trying to apologize and, you know, it didn't work because she rightfully so, he shot her friend. She would not do that. But when I hear a woman answer your call, talk to you all nice and sweet, she's talking in submissive, sweet voice right now. She's not talking in aggressive, you just whoop my ass and shot my friend voice right now. She's talking like, nigga, you could come get some of this ass when you get out. That's the kind of voice she in right now. And this man, and of course, he better apologize, you know what I'm saying? Apologize about anything. You got to take some responsibility for something right now. But hell, it worked like a charm because guess what she did? She called and got him out. So you telling me I can apologize to you for shooting you, and you gonna just, you like, all right, okay, you shot my friend, but it's okay. Let's get you out before people start, you know, they already start saying stuff, you know? Okay, I'll call your friend for you to get you out real quick. Like, come on. This doesn't happen in the real world, y'all. This is what they're saying is him admitting that he did what they're saying he did. And I would agree if she wasn't pandering to it. If she wasn't like, well, you shoot. Like, why did you get a gun, bro? Why did you start shooting? She didn't literally bail him out, but she made sure to get him bailed out. He's asking her, hey, all right, check this out. I done apologize and all that, but can you call my security? I can't do this by myself. I'm locked up. Without you right now, I'll probably stay in here and can't get in contact with nobody, nigga. I can't call the fucking Canada from the jail phone. Nigga, I'm all the way in California. You think I'm gonna call all the way to Toronto, nigga? My free call ain't gonna get me to Toronto to call my people. I need somebody to get me out now. Somebody that know about the situation and that somebody that can keep it under wraps. Somebody that he's saying so y'all can do what you got to do to get me out. He didn't say so he can do. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? He said, do what y'all got to do to get me out. Let's play that.
Meg team is on top of this. Like the longer you're in there, the more hot it's gonna get because you know it's already on. Like there's no names released yet, but obviously. Okay.
Thank you, Rob. You call this nigga on and tell this nigga, man. Yes, bro. Just figure out what you got to do to bail me out this shit.
Okay.
Thank you, Rob. I'm sorry again, bro.
Well, honestly,
okay, my bad. I was wrong. I thought he said y'all. I thought he said y'all, but he said you for you to bail me out this shit. I don't know if he referring to her or he's referring to his homeboy. He just said, do what you got to do to bail me out this shit, so you can bail me out this shit. Now, you could take that as he's talking to her, like, yeah, motherfucker, you better bail me out this shit. Or she could bail him out this shit. And he just apologizing, and she ain't even saying like, I accept your apology. She like, nigga, it sounds like she like, you didn't even gotta apologize. Nigga, like, what you apologizing for? Besides fucking both of us. Shit. If you did shoot, boy, she damn sure ain't acting like. Why didn't she press charges on him? Because she got a lawyer for him beating her up. She ain't paid off. How she paid off right now, y'all? She ain't accepted nan payment yet. Because she could have took a payment from either Meg or him right now. Because remember, the whole reason that him and Meg fell out because she ain't gonna give her a statement. So the payoff could have came from either way. Both of them rich. You acting like he the only one with money. Right, Lovelace. Because they're arguing that this apology is before. Now, I say at first it does sound like you're apologizing for what happened, but then down the line when you sit here and listen to her inner reaction, you be like, hold on, he might not be apologizing for the shooting. He might be just apologizing for just the way he was acting.
Medical.
You ain't got Corn's number, right? You ain't got.
Quan, I do have his number.
Can you call this nigga Corn and tell this nigga, bruh? You chance, bro. Figure out what you.
She could have easily said, nah, I ain't got that nigga number. She could have just lied, like, nigga, I don't want to help you. It would have been believable if he would have said, you got Quan number, and she was like, nah, I ain't got his number. I don't know where to find this nigga at. I lost my phone. I mean, not I lost my phone, but nah, I ain't got his number. I don't want nothing to do with none of y'all niggas. Y'all beat our ass. Y'all niggas did this. Y'all niggas did that wrong. Just listen to it.
Call this nigga Corn, bruh. You get a chance, figure out what you got to help me out this shit.
Okay.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I'm sorry again, bro. Like,
well, I think we're gonna try to because obviously, like, the longer you're in there, the more hot it's gonna get. Because you know it's.
She's saying we're gonna try to she's including herself in trying to get the nigga out. She's on his team at the gate. At the gate, she like, we're gonna because this shit gonna get out. This shit gonna be, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I'm sorry again, bro. Like,
I think honestly, I think we're gonna.
And I think she knew that he was talking too fucking much. All that apologizing and shit. She tried to cut that nigga off. She cut him off, trying to get him to stop talking. That's why she didn't say certain shit. That's exactly because she absolutely knew that they was being recorded. Tori fucked himself up for talking too damn much. He could have made this same call and not did that apology to her. Just, I'm sorry, shit. Well, I don't know. I don't know how you could call somebody that all this shit just happened and not at least apologize for not being an asshole. You can't just call somebody like, hey, do you know the number to such and such? Call this person and do this. Like, start making demands and shit. You gotta apologize for something. You gotta apologize. When you made that call, there's no way you could be having this call and telling somebody to come bail you out without apologizing for something. Even if you was say you just got a DUI and you gotta call somebody at 6 o'clock in the morning, you gotta say, man, I'm sorry, I just did something stupid. I'm sorry, I gotta make you go out your way to do something. You gotta be extra sorry about every damn thing. You gotta be sorry about being on the face of the earth. You gotta be sorry. That's what you better start with. To get somebody to do something like go out of their way to try to get your ass out of jail when you just did something that's supposedly. Because right now at this point, remember, her and Meg is not supposed to be beefing. They're not supposed to be beefing at this point in time. This is right when the shit happened. So there's no motivation for her. She ain't got no payoff yet. If that's the case.
You get a chance, bro. Just have to do to bail me out this shit.
Okay.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I'm sorry again, bro. Like,
I think honestly, we're gonna try to because obviously, like, the longer you're in there, the more hot it's gonna get. Because it's already on. Like, there's no names released yet, but court is already.
But like,
it's on some app. Meg's team is on top of it. So,
yeah, but like, can't know. There's no way that Megan's on like the thing.
What'd you say?
There's no way that Megan's like on the thing.
Listening to Street TV.
No. So far, none of that is there. But I mean,
yeah, I don't think it's gonna be one of those. If anything, it's gonna just.
Hold up. I just heard something that I ain't realized. He just said there's no way Megan is on the thing. So what is he implicating? Cause she say it just put it, and he's like, "There's no way Megan. Why would she be on there? Am I tripping, y'all? Did y'all catch that? She said Megan's team is all over. He said, "There's no way Megan would be on the thing."
On top of this.
Yeah, but like niggas don't. There's no way to mention.
He was about to say niggas don't know I think he was about to say niggas don't know. Ain't no way he caught himself, bruh. Am I tripping, y'all? Hold on. I'm about to play it a couple of times, y'all. I know it ain't number 35 people in. I appreciate every single one of y'all. But I don't know if any other YouTuber is going to catch this. Or do they want to just listen? Or do they just want to hear all of it? Or do they just want to go?
It's on some app. You know, my team is already on. We're going to try
I'm
to
gonna go back a little bit more.
because obviously the longer in there, the more hot it's going to get. Because, you know, it's already on, like, there's no name yet, but the report is already out, you know?
But like, what you mean out?
It's on some app. You know, Megan's team is on top of this.
Why is he surprised that it's out? Nigga, y'all just got caught up with helicopters and all that, this and that. But he's surprised that the whole shooting shit. He like, what do you mean? Hold on, what do you mean? It's out. It's out.
There's no names released yet, but the report is already
But like, out is what you mean?
It's on some app. You know, Megan's team is on top of this.
Yeah, but like niggas don't. There's no way that Megan's on like things. There's no way that Megan's like on the thing.
Listening to Street TV.
No. So that is there, but I mean,
yeah, I don't back. It's not gonna be her. But
yeah, I'll let you know.
Man, hold up, man.
It's on some app. Megan's team is on top of this.
niggas don't. There's no way that Megan's on like the things.
That is what
he was about to say. Niggas can't know.
you know, Megan's team is on top of this.
Yeah, but like niggas don't is on things.
That is what do you say?
There's no way that Megan's like on.
Oh, so far, none of that. I mean,
yeah, I don't think it's one. If anything, the only nigga that's gonna get the lashes is not gonna be her. Regardless if I got out of here today or not, bro, I know, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I never did that shit if I was that, bro. Like,
And that's where he fucked up when he said, I never did that shit. And that could have meant anything, but that is what they probably used against him. Just a person that's just not listening to every damn thing in a collection. They're listening for what they want to hear. You're not thinking about reasonable doubt. You're just trying to say, well, if I can get anything that can goddamn line up with what they're saying, I'm good with that. So it's kind of it's a fucked up thing, because that's not the way the court system was designed to work. If it's not proven without a reason without a reasonable doubt, you need to just mistrial. You could be pissed off all you want to. You think no white folks were pissed off when OJ got off just because the damn glove didn't fit. They had a whole bunch of shit that lined up. But it got down to one little shit that they threw in there and tried to make the shit goddamn, without a reasonable doubt. And you had to throw away the whole damn case because of reasonable doubt. Just a little bit of it. And if there was no other shooter, that would be fine. If there was no other shooter, that I would say, okay, hey, bro, you did it, or nobody else touched that gun or whatever. But to have DNA on that gun, yeah, nobody can find it conclusive, but there is a female DNA on there. There should be no female DNA on there if y'all are saying that this is this man's gun. And now y'all want to make it, you say, well, she tried to wrestle the gun from him. That ain't that goddamn heartfelt story that she just told. Y'all say that story is the story, the real truth. If y'all saying that that's the real true story, she wasn't nowhere close to that gun. But how gunpowder get on her? How female DNA get on that gun if none of these females never seen that gun a day in their life? You ain't gonna fucking piss on me and tell me it's fucking rain. I'm sorry. Y'all can be mad at me. Y'all can say, is you tripping? Oh, a woman got shot. That's all we should care about. He getting what he deserves. All of that bullshit. But you is not gonna tell me to ignore the goddamn also the evidence too. Why is there a fucking female DNA on that gun? Why is there gunpowder on this female? Now, one time, and we're gonna be looking for it, that we want to see where they ask her, how do you think you got gunpowder on you? When did you get close enough? Or I guess you're gonna say it's when Tori assaulted you. But you just got up here and say the man never assaulted you. But the damn witness say he saw y'all fighting. Are y'all both saying y'all didn't fight? Because both of these motherfuckers sitting up here saying they didn't fight, and a witness say he saw them fight. Both of y'all are guilty of perjury. I don't give a fuck that you're a victim. If you're gonna sit there and lie on the stand, even though you're the victim, about something that a fucking eyewitness said, the same eyewitness that you're gonna take into account when he say that he saw the man shooting the gun. This eyewitness say he saw y'all fighting. This eyewitness say he saw you with the gun the first time. He didn't say it on the stand. So I guess people gonna play this technical game and say, well, he didn't say it while he was on the oath, so it don't count. But that's where you brought your case from. If he said when the investigation was going on that he saw a woman with the gun and he seen the man take the gun from the woman or whatever and shooting in the air and all that shit, but he saw a gunshot, flash, and something that sounded like a firecracker at the yard, and now everybody want to try to act like they had firecrackers in the fucking car now? Because we listened to that audio of Tamika Mallory and my son earlier today. And both of them admitted. See, the man said he saw the women fighting, and then he saw the woman run back to the car, and he saw a muzzle flash and what sounded like a firecracker, but he never seen a gun. He seen it come from Kelsey. So y'all want to play stupid and try to act like y'all don't know that that's a gunshot. Y'all don't know that this motherfucker had a gun, even though the dude didn't actually see the gun. But the dude actually said he saw the man take the gun from the woman in his first statement. Now y'all want to try to act like the only person had a gun was Tori. I'm not saying that he couldn't have shot off those shots that they say he shot off. If the man say he seen them shooting shots, okay, I'm gonna believe that the man was shooting shots. But the man also say he saw the woman shooting shot first. Shoot into the car. That opens up a possibility that the shot that caused harm could have been from that shot also. It could have not been. But it definitely is possible. Don't try to act like it's not possible now. I heard one dumb motherfucker say, well, they say she shot inside of the car. Meg was outside of the car, so that don't count. Motherfucker, that still counts as you. That's your gun. You the one who went and presented a gun to the situation. So stop playing fucking games. Stop playing. That means you knew that was your gun, but everybody want to carry the narrative now. Oh, why Tori even riding around with a gun? Why Tori got a gun? Why he got a gun? He wasn't the one that brought the gun. Somebody else knew what that gun was. She knew that if he said that he had that gun in that console, and while they was talking shit or whatever they were saying in the car, she knew that gun was still in the armrest. That sound like what happened. She went in that armrest and got that damn gun that they was talking about. Sound like what happened. I mean, I'm just going off of what they say happened.
I know, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like, never did that shit if I wasn't that drunk, bro. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
You have 1 minute remaining for this call.
Get out of here.
You're listening to Street TV.
I can't hear you.
Yeah,
Hello?
She didn't even want that nigga to go. Man, she in love. She was in love with that nigga, man. She knew something wasn't right. But remember, she was the one that...
Patient Pop can help you expand your practice's online presence, which will help you reach patients across the web.
She was the one that texts somebody to call the police. 911 help, remember? She was the one to call the text for the help and all that. Because she felt like her life was in danger. But now the same nigga you was in danger from, now you want help from him. I mean, now you want to help him get out.
You have 1 minute remaining for this.
get out of here.
This call is subject to recording and monitoring. Press 1 to accept the call. To deny this call. Using Telmate.
Hey.
Y'all got out, see anything? Y'all got out. You think I'm good?
Hospital. I'm outside the hospital.
Now, another thing I just caught, y'all. Y'all noticing he more concerned if y'all got out. If y'all got away. He like, y'all got out, y'all good? Why would he be thinking that? Like, why wouldn't you get out? Why would he be asking that? Like, if I know I just did the crime, right? Why would I be trying to make sure y'all got away? Y'all got out. Y'all good. Nigga, I know y'all should be out good. Because y'all should be telling me what the fuck I done did. I don't know. Them photos gonna come up. I'll find them, those bruised photos. The bruises that she claimed she had, though, was her hair pulled out, I believe, and her chain was not pulled off. Nah, Tori was the only one went to jail. I mean, I think they got questioned and all that, but Tori was the only one actually went to jail. And remember the comment that she made in the investigation room. She was like, what's the name was saying something about money will get you out of something or something like that. I have to go back over that.
You're listening to Street TV.
I said make him in the hospital still. I'm outside the hospital waiting.
What hospital are you at?
I don't know. Feeder, something like that. Feeder.
Yo, bro.
Sure.
I know she probably never ever gonna talk to me ever again, but bruh, I just want you to know, bruh. Nigga, I was just so fucking drunk, nigga. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on, bro. That ass. Know what the fuck was going on, bro. Like that ass, nigga. I never do some shit like that, bro. Nigga, I was just so fucking drunk, nigga. I just didn't even understand what the fuck was going on, bro. Like, whatever, bro. But regardless, that's not gonna make anything right, and that's not gonna make my actions right, bro. But I'm just deeply sorry, bro. I never even moved like that, bro. Like, never moved like that at all, bro. Real talk.
There's a lot that happens, but
a whole lot, bro. Like a whole lot, bro. I feel like.
See, Tori, he's really guilty of just being fucking over apologetic, nigga. You're talking way too fucking much. He's saying a bunch of nothing, but he's giving a whole bunch of shit for people to judge our public opinion instead of the actual fact. Because I definitely could see how this can get looked at as you confessing that you did what they're accusing you of doing. But at this time, in this man's head, if I was not guilty of what they're saying I did, I wouldn't really know that I'm being accused of some shit right now and that this is gonna be used against me. You get what I'm saying? If I'm not knowing that I'm gonna get accused of fucking shooting somebody, I don't know right now that I'm saying I'm sorry for doing that. Y'all get what I'm saying? But they sold it to us that right now he's apologizing for her getting shot. Right now, at this time, while she's in the hospital, they don't know that she's shot. They don't know that she's shot. But Kelsey did text somebody say, "Help, Megan's been shot." But she came in there and she was leading them to believe that it was glass. Never in the ambulance ride. She said, "You know what, y'all? I really got shot, but I didn't want to say nothing out here because I didn't want the people to, none of that shit. None of that. She wasn't shot until they was about to threaten her and tell her and take her ass to jail. They just found the gun and they said they heard gunshots. You think they didn't even put two and two together? Oh, we heard gunshots, but we see this lady over here limping and stuff, but she telling us she stepped on glass. So these folks so stupid that these medical people that are driving you to the hospital, they're not saying you got no gunshot wounds in your fucking. You think they can't tell the difference between a glass cut and the motherfucking goddamn a gunshot? We ain't asking these questions. So you telling me the ambulance that treat people that get shot every fucking day, they don't know the difference between a glass cut and a motherfucking shot? Why they treating you in the ambulance and taking you to the hospital? You got to go into surgical medical shit for somebody to say, "Nah, you ain't cut your foot on no glass." But remind y'all, they pulling them over because somebody just texts and say somebody just shot somebody. Why wouldn't somebody from the outside call the police now and say, "Hey, go pull over this car, this such and such car, because somebody just shot this other person. We just got a text that somebody just shot somebody. Somebody is in danger." It wasn't that guy that was supposed to be testifying, and he might have called too if he heard the gunshots. But they would have never found their ass if that person that texts and say, "Hey, somebody shot us." We could drop a location. Them motherfucker found their ass quick as a motherfucker. Yeah, they found their ass real quick. How they knew where the hell they was? How they knew what kind of car they was in and all that? Well, they probably the dude. But come on, man, this California. I mean, this goddamn LA. Niggas spin on niggas all the time. If you can get a nigga out of the area real quick, he gone. Man, boy, they set that man up for the do low twist. Boy, there was some real hot girl shit here. But I think one of them had a change of mind. But it's easy to say that somebody got paid off because hell, that's the more simpler thing. But shit, I think she had a change of mind. I think the motherfucker was willing to goddamn do this little bullshit. But they probably thought he was gonna get off. This is crazy, man.
Yeah, but in this state, like, I've been having it already, but I can't take it back, bro. I'm just telling y'all, I'm sorry, bro. Like,
you're listening to Street TV.
I think I was just too drunk, bro. You know what I'm saying? When I got to the house, I was already like, all my niggas had gave me like 5 shots, like, off the door, like, you feel me? So I was out of there, like, wasn't in there with niggas, like, you feel me? We was taking shots past that time. There with niggas, what we was even arguing about, bro, like, you feel me? Like,
yeah, no, I don't I was already fucked up by the time you got there, so I don't.
It's like, but.
Medical.
Alright, you have Corn's number, right? You ain't got my security number.
Quan, I do have his number.
This nigga Quan to tell this nigga, bro. You get a chance, bro. Just figure out what you gotta do to bail me out this shit.
Okay.
I'm sorry again, bro. Like.
I think honestly, I think we're gonna try to because obviously, like the longer you're in there, the more hot. Yeah, because it's already there's no names released yet. The report is already out,
But like out is what? What you mean?
It's on some app. Megan's team is on top of this. So,
yeah, but like niggas don't. There's no Megans on like things.
No, what'd you say?
There's no way that Megan is on the thing.
Listening to Street TV.
No. So far, none of that is there. But I mean,
yeah, I don't think it's gonna be one of those. If anything, the only nigga that's gonna get this backlash is me. It's not gonna be her. But
so far, none of that is there. What is none of that? What is that? And even if let's say he did it, right? Let's say he did it. Let me play the other side of the fence, right? And I'm gonna tell you what else don't make no damn sense. Let's say he did it, and he's saying, "I'm sorry because I shot her or whatever." Why is she trying to help him cover it up? Because he's like, what you mean? It ain't. And she's telling him that it's in a little blog or whatever. It's kind of out there now. But she's like, we got to get you out of there. Pretty much got to get him out of there quicker. Why is she trying to help him cover up the fact? Because remember, it didn't come out immediately that she got shot. She supposedly stepped on glass. She's supposed to be in the hospital right now. Remember, she's outside of the damn hospital trying to get into the hospital room, wondering why Meg won't let her come up there to the hospital bed. Wondering why she can't see her so-called best friend. These motherfuckers seem like this is weird. But they don't want us to even ask the question. But we seeing a lot of people get sacrificed right now.
Yeah.
Alright, what it is, regardless if I get out of here today or not, bro, I just want to let y'all know, bro, I'm sorry, bro, like, I never did that shit if I wasn't that drunk, bro, like,
yeah.
You have 1 minute remaining for this call.
Get out of here, you guys.
You're listening to Street TV.
I can't hear you.
Yeah,
Hello?
So yeah, those just the questions that I just decided to, I decided, I ain't gonna say I decided, just when I hear it, I just ask another question. And so we heard the whole entire listening of that. And I guess I wasn't tripping when I heard the things that I heard. Let me see. But this guy, Street TV, I just kind of ran across his content, but he's been covering the story all the days of the trial also. So I'm gonna kind of go and check out some of his old videos and see if it align with, the other recalling of the trial that's been going on, and I'll be keeping up with just what's going on with a lot of shit. But that just intrigued me that so many people can try to piss on you and tell you it's raining. I don't believe just because you can orchestrate up 12 people and put them together and have them ignore facts and go off of your feelings and emotions and put somebody in a prison system. I've seen it done over and over and over and over. I've seen people wrongly convicted over and over and over and over. And I'm not saying that people are innocent of sometimes committing a crime, but being railroaded is a whole different thing. I'm just saying, if this guy is guilty of shooting someone, it should be proven. And I don't think that was proven. I've seen people lose their freedom on all kind of shit just because, or I've seen killers get released because of technicality. So we have a system that is all flawed up. So just because we see somebody get convicted of something, we can't automatically say, oh, that's written in stone. That's for sure what happened. Like I said, I'm 50-50. I think that he could have possibly got drunk and got reckless with a gun. But I think that somebody else also did that also. They might have not have shot as many times. None of that stuff. An injury did occur. I think both of their recklessness either caused or could have caused that injury. Because just because when that person shot into that muscle, that shot that they made into the car, that people want to try to act like it wasn't a shot, it was just a muzzle flash, and a firecracker sound. We want to think that people got firecrackers in the car now. Okay, we're gonna go with that. So if the girl went in there and she went in there and grabbed the firecracker and lit a firecracker and threw it in the car, she still was putting people like health in danger. In my opinion, if that's what she did, if she went in there and lit a firecracker and threw it in the, yeah, she was about to hurt somebody. Since that's what y'all want to say that she did, and even if she didn't shoot at Meg over there, she still fired into the car. So somebody could have got hurt from being fired at in the car. I'm just saying, she still committed a crime, the same crime that you're saying that this man committed. Now, why is it that you're aiming to only charge this man with a crime and then give this person a immunity just to say that he did it? But they just saying, okay, I'm not gonna say somebody did some shit if they really didn't do it. Now, if he really did it, I think I can think that this person will have enough integrity to say, yeah, that motherfucker did it. She could have took his $1 million and still said the nigga did it. You think she gonna say, if he gonna say, I give you $1 million to look out for me, that he gonna give her the $1 million because you shot her friend, remember? She gonna take that $1 million that you gave her, because you gonna have to pay it up front. You ain't gonna tell somebody you gonna pay me down the line if I lie for you. So you gonna take that $1 million, or at least half of it. You might get half up front and half on the back end. Take that $1 million and still tell on their ass, because he was still dead ass wrong and he shot your friend. So that's a win-win situation. You can just take the nigga money and goddamn get justice for your friend. Real hot girl shit. I'm leaning more on that the woman might have had a change of heart. For some reason, she did not want to testify. Everybody want to jump on the fact and say, oh, I mean, not the fact, but want to say, oh, she got paid off. Or maybe she was lying at first and she had a change of heart because, hell, she did get her rent. Her rent paid up for a year. You talking about he paid up motherfucking lawyer fees? Well, shit, rent paid up for a year and lawyer fees about the same shit. Because you can't go get her no motherfucking little cheap ass apartment, nigga. You got to get her something. You know what I mean? You had to spend a big guap. Stop playing. The same thing they're accusing him of doing, talking about he getting out of the media and saying something or whatever. That man went to jail for saying the wrong shit. This woman did interview after interview after interview about this shit, putting this shit up against public opinion and not just letting the evidence come out in court. So it's really the public opinion that really got this man convicted. Under a couple of other things too. Not just gonna say that alone, but that's a factor. It comes back to that celebrity shit, boy. I damn sure don't want to be no damn celebrity. Shit. Cause y'all niggas will put anybody in under the damn jail cell.
or in a coffin. Or even when they in a coffin, y'all are disrespecting.
Man, if this was anybody else's case, as far as a man or a woman, you wouldn't be talking about no 22 years or nothing like that. Now just to give everybody a understanding, I highly doubt Tory do anything more than another year or two in prison. Yeah, he ain't gonna do no 22 years or up to none of that shit. Them folks will get that man like a 8-year sentence and he'll be out of that motherfucker in the next 2 years, if that. If that. Because the judge is the one that make the sentencing decisions, not the people. And that man will be given the lightest, most lenient sentence, because then you are allowed to have like character witnesses and stuff to come in, telling who gonna come in there and talk for that man. You know what I'm saying? It go by your background and all that stuff and all that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he do got the little shit where he assaulted the other boy. But the good thing about that, they're gonna have to run that shit concurrent. You gonna get all that shit out the way at the same damn time. So it is what it is. I like to go by the receipts though. Yeah, home's the safest place. Damn these streets. But hey, when you're an entertainer though, or you're a celebrity, so-called celebrity, you gotta be out there in the streets. So when you're a normal guy like me, you could just go home and nobody don't know who the hell you is. We always want what's green on what we think is green on the other side of the fence, but until we get a little bit of taste of it and realize it ain't what it cut out to be. I mean, you'll have these people that have had all the fortune and fame and all that, and probably after a good 10 years of living like that, they were like, man, I just would rather be that normal guy where I could just go to the corner store and go get me, you know what I'm saying, a bag of chips and shit, not have people bother me all day. Hey, go play basketball in a normal park without, you know what I'm saying, all the extra stuff. Be able to go into the grocery store, be able to go to Six Flags with my child, or, enjoy just the simple things in life. I don't have to get the whole damn mall cleared out just so I can go buy me a new pair of jeans and stuff like that. Like that got to get old at some point. Yeah, I like being home too. That's solid too. Oh, you don't celebrate my celebrity ass right at home. Yep. I can celebrate at the house. I can chill at the house. Everything I got right here. But I guess that's why these people you ain't supposed to see these celebrities, man. They got to stay the hell away from these normal folks. Yeah, be caught up in the doodle twist, but now even hanging with the celebrities. Man. But I guess that's all the celebrity news I do for the night, man. It's just at this point, I'm just going through this. It's a teachable moment in every situation, and these are teachable moments of this corrupt industry, in my opinion. Because if you didn't think that this industry had some weird stuff going on, it's getting proven every single day of the week. All we have to do is see what's going on with this Young Thug situation. See what's going on with the Tory Lanez situation. Man. But your brother and your cousin and all them, they got the same situation. They shit worse, to be honest. But that's why I stay out of the way. I'll stay out of the way and hopefully just breaking these things down. It'll let people see how this type of stuff works, and you can connect it with the influence that's going on, and you can actually see how the influence is changing the society that's around us. I mean, you could talk about it all day, but you could actually show it in real time. That's amazing. Well, I'm gonna get up off this live, man. It's been 3.5 hours easily just listening to audio. But I'm gonna let y'all have a good night. I appreciate your unity, love, Lace, knowledge, power. David Johnson, Teran, everybody who was up with me this late night. I gotta give you a mod stick, Unity. Gotta find my other phone, man. I got you on the next round. Cause I see how you held Kwame down, boy. Shit, boy, you need that kind of support. I try not to fall asleep on the lives too much, but every now and then, you know, you be up on the late night. Salute. I appreciate you, brother. Unity, man. You're a real supporter, man. Love, Lace. Same to you. Man, your words of support and the way you keep my back and everything, that keeps me motivated with the content creation. And like I said, it's always a teachable moment in all these videos. Don't always think it's about we're just focusing on other. It's just that this is what makes people pay attention sometimes. Sometimes you gotta put a little pill in the cupcake, and if I come up here and I just tell about myself, y'all gonna be like, well, you should have did this, you should have did that. So you try to, you're like, okay, well, if you look at somebody that you really like, these people are not perfect. You know what I'm saying? You thought it was just you doing wild shit because you broke. Nah, people make bad decisions in these superstar lives too. And the bad decision will not be like of him actually getting involved with a gun situation. The bad decision was he got lured out chasing pussy, pretty much. At the end of the day, Tory Lanez got to look at himself in that mirror every morning and realize the first step of him being fucked up right now is chasing pussy. That's just it. That's just the end of the day. If that nigga would have stayed focused on his bag, he just cracked the damn code. And you just went out there and crashed out. Now we could say, hey, this is a lie, that's a lie, this and that. But at the end of the day, that man gotta look in that mirror every morning and say, I fucked up. Everything in the world tried to stop you from from getting yourself in this situation. The God tried to take her out of there. Like, all right, you had her gone. That devil brought her right on back. The argument that started, you had out of the car. You could have kept going. Brought her right on back in there. Like, everything, bro. That man, and it probably was just, he probably know it right now. He lost focus for a second. He started chasing ass. Hell, he shouldn't even came over, period. Whatever it was she was doing and calling him on the phone, talking like, we at Kylie Jenner house. Why don't you come over here? And you done been fucking this girl and her friend. What you thought she was gonna get a threesome, nigga? The nigga probably was feeling himself like that. Like, man, I'm about to fuck Meg, the friend, and Kylie Jenner. Nigga, tell me I ain't gonna be a bad nigga. That nigga probably was thinking like, nigga, I'm that nigga. And I don't blame you, my guy. At the time, you was on your shit. But like, love, let's say that a teacher.
God damn, he thought he was gonna go over there and smash all three of them. That's what it was, man. That nigga was feeling himself. And they wanted to humble him as far as, you know what I'm saying, his swagger. But you chasing ass, bro, that is the ultimate lesson in the story of Tory Lane. What happened when you fucking chase ass? That's what happens when you chase ass and you deal with the type of women that aren't thinking about your safety. They're just thinking about, you know, just like, come on, man. That you knew she was selfish as a motherfucker, but he was being selfish too. He wasn't messing with men because he just felt like she was, you know, that chick. It was more of a trophy piece, and she was playing the game the whole time. Man, this is what you call getting tricked off the streets. Yeah, this is what you call getting tricked off the street, y'all. We're gonna see what's gonna happen though. I'm definitely gonna see. I'm a content creator, so you know I'm gonna report on what I see on this stuff. And there's other stories that's out here also, but I definitely would want to get to them. And yeah, but I'm only one. I'm still getting the feel of it, but right now I'm gonna get up out of here. It's been a good one. I appreciate everybody that fell through. No telling when I'll be back, but you will see me next time. It's Wick Made 912. I'm out your area.
man. Close the door. What's good? Alright. Say no more. I'm really a chef. I could cook it up right here in front of you. What you need? Let go. I'm really a chef, cook it right out of left. Run up a check till I run out of breath. Point them out, make them live what they route. Big cap niggas ain't living like that. Do the most, get too close, you a ghost. Dope is the dope, you get more than a dose. Give all that I got till it ain't nothing left. I don't need no help, I could do it myself. I'm really a chef, cook it right out of left. Run up a check till I run out of breath. Point them out, make them live what they route. Big cap niggas ain't living like that. Do the most, get too close, you a ghost. Dope is the dope, you get more than a dose. Give all that I got till it ain't nothing left. I don't need no help, I could do it myself.
Niggas big cat like a Mexican Fiesta. Dope on the scale, you won't get no extra this way. Make your hoe do what the money say. Tell your old man he don't want it, babe. I just bought a new stick the other day. Cook dope on the stove or microwave. The neighbors don't like the J's, they keep calling. Come on. I'ma keep serving the thumb and defy the ranks. Shit smell like fungus. No Q and not just the city. Keep fuck up my business, I'm just being honest. Keep dealers and killers a mummy. Wrap your ass up like a mummy. Stack that little white hood and dip on her. I feel like OJ, little homie. To the plug, the card, Malone. Send it to the Pope man. Credit P fly higher than most. Higher than most. Try me, didn't I see a ghost? 93 OG, it came from West Coast. Tie out to your hoe, I just came from a throat. MOBB OG, get oh, let's go.
Go take a seat, get at the kitchen, I'm cooking, keep whipping it. Longest promoters keep booking, I'm running it. You get it all till I'm done with it. Give me that repo, your block, you won't get it. Hell with the scale, got it booming like speakers. I know what I'm doing. Don't need no features, court dates and funerals, commas and numerals. Really a chef, cook it up right or left. Working my move, I need more than enough. These niggas bluff, they really not tough. Head first, running up a check till my heart start 3-point. Working on my shot, trying to get high. Swear to God, promise not to fold, never flip flop. Good smoke, good dope, busting out the zip lock. Don't think about it, you try, you might die. These niggas capping, they living a lie.